my favorite part about last week is how absolutely nothing happened.
I want to give you show credit, like public show credit. I think you tweaked the format super good for guests. I
Thank
think you
you.
did a really good job.
Thank you. That is the guest format debut.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about stuff that happened this week? The date says it happened last week, but it really happened this week?
I just threw the big stuff that was sitting there from 2 weeks ago in, and it's just a pile. And there's more than enough to get into, quite frankly. Our cup runneth over, so there's some topics that I think I'll have to put till perhaps maybe next week, because it's been pretty busy regardless. For example, I have not seen Superman yet. Have you seen Superman? Okay.
Nope.
Well, I'll talk about that when
I don't even know
it.
when I'm gonna have time to go see it.
But you do have to see it because it's Superman, and that's content for you.
Yeah, but I could just wait for it to hit the fucking Netflix, man. I'm not.
Yeah, but right now
I haven't like screamed to go out into a theater for like since before Corona.
But everyone wants to see you come back on camera and be like, "Oh no, I liked it."
I am literally looking at an edit of Dr. Manhattan on the moon going, it's October 22nd, 2013, and I'm listening to Pat rant about Superman on the Super Best Friend cast. It's March 29th, 2016, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Do the bit.
And people are like, we need a bigger meme template because it just keeps like to factor in today. Like, I didn't see the movie.
It's not long enough. Yeah.
I've heard good things.
I've heard
unironically heard really good things.
I've heard great things, and I want to go investigate those things. I heard, and I also saw a line that was it feels like something that would be used in other places, but in this context, it was his superpowers are the least interesting thing about him. And I'm like, yeah, okay, that's what I like to hear. I don't know if that's been used elsewhere in other superhero movies, but I'm definitely like,
no, the most interesting thing about Superman is Lex Luthor.
I mean, a good Lex can be incredibly compelling.
I'm having people crawl out of the walls to tell me, yo, Pat, you're gonna love this Lex Luthor. I'm like, okay.
How petty can we get? How fucking petty? We need the most pet. And
like I want a Lex Luthor that would create a restaurant called Superman's and staff it with bad chefs just to hurt his brand image.
Yeah, I just think that, like, as the world itself gets more pathetic and pettier, our fiction needs to move the needle that much further. You need to shock us with things that go beyond what is actually happening in real life. So
we need to get back to satire being outlandish,
satirical. Perhaps if our satire can be satirical, maybe. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, en tout cas, we had I had a week. Some stuff was going on. I'll jump in and say that I have finally finished my little tattoo project.
I saw. It looks really good.
Thank you. I was, obviously over the course of months, people have been seeing my arm fill up with shit and have been like, what's going on there? And I'm like, I'll talk about it when it's done. And now it's done. And it took, quite a while over the course of, this year to go, I find somebody that I trusted for the project and to get all these ideas in place and coordinate them in a way that made sense. But I'm very happy with like what happened and the result there. The finishing touches in particular, I had so big shout outs to Fabio, tattooer. Fabio is from France, and I've been working with him for most of this year on a lot of the designs and things. And some of the stuff that came in at over the last month was Kado as well, was just a tattooer that was here for literally like 3 weeks, and I just kind of went like, okay, let's do what we can in that time. And he did the shivers on one side and the vagabond panels on the opposite side, and yeah, incredible job with that. And then Fabio took care of just the circuit board, the third strike, the Neo Geo circuit board, the patterns of just the overall geometric stuff. And then he did Legend of the Galactic Heroes stuff as well. That was just like,
It's just a big excuse so that you're never too far from a panel or a picture, so you can go, "Hey, hey, what? I'm showing off my arm. Oh, what's that? What's that on my
reaching for
bicep?
that
Well, let
over
me tell
there.
you."
What's that? Yeah, yeah. There's I've wanted
Well,
that.
you see,
I've wanted tattoos for a long time. It certainly helps when you're putting up your boxing guard if you can have a little cool little thing going, or whatever. But no, I do this it's been a long time I've wanted to just have a fucking cool linked up vibe. It's been and I'm like, okay, cool. Got that done. And I was definitely like, I want to get that done before she gets here, I kind of want to take care of that like side quest for me before other major responsibilities arrive. So that was a part of it too. Um, and there was I think I kind of described this a little bit in the past, but like after doing a big, massively meaningful thing on my back, it's kind of like, okay, and now we can let the bullshit gates open a little bit and just put some fun stuff in there that
let's just put some weeb shit all
yeah,
over here.
it's all meaningful to me, and I can sit and talk somebody's ear off if they were interested in what the things are about and why I like them. But the fact that they're based in fiction automatically puts them a tier down, a couple tiers down from something based in reality that was the more important first piece I did. But yeah, that shit's cool. That's dope. Now to work on how to grab the shirt and yank it off in one fell swoop.
Well, the trick to that is really you just have to not give a shit about the shirt at all, and you need to pre-cut it.
Yeah. The problem is also, okay, pre-cutting the shirt and pulling it off in one fell swoop can be practiced. What cannot be practiced is the sense of shame as you blob and as your gut makes a noise.
Oh, as everything just expands.
As your gut makes a noise and lands into place as it settles.
Yeah.
You never see
Kiryu
having his gut settle.
I'm just thinking of you going to the beach and like doing the move, and like some 10-year-old looks at your tits and goes, "Yo, that recoil's crazy.
What the fuck is happening there?" Yeah. That it's back, sure thing, no problem. I am not getting thug life on my stomach. I did say, I've said many times, the secret is Rick Ross. He just got huge and tatted so hard all over his big body that it doesn't even matter. It's just an art piece.
I can't see nothing but a walking canvas.
Yeah. So yeah, it's and we've known we've all known forever. If you've been big for a long time, like I have, that like the true secret is to not give a fuck, right? And you learn the hard way because, at some point when you're younger and like you're like, okay, how can I approach this pool in a way where you don't want to be shirt kid in the pool, right? That's horrible. Don't do that.
Here's the thing. I was short kid in the pool.
Yeah.
Shirt kid, but it was for a different reason, and the reason is this fucking horrible anti-melanin skin.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna take 40 minutes to fucking lather my whole self up so it falls off in 10 seconds.
Yep. Understandable. For the most part, shirt kid in the pool is like, no, we all know what you're doing there, and it's a rough look. And if you do it, and then if you do it once, you kind of realize how it's like, oh no, that makes it look worse. Don't do that. Okay, fine. So then you become shirt kid up until the last second before I jump in the pool, right?
Yeah.
Like shirt is coming off as I'm in midair, right?
Luckily, the refraction in the water will distract.
I mean, listen, it's rough out here. The shame is brutal. It's not good. Learning to let go and not give a fuck is quite difficult. And the person who's just ultimately like, yeah, it's there, who cares? Fuck it, that's my body, is living life and enjoying it. But it takes a while to get there, I brought this up with Reggie before on other recordings, but it's just like I heard a bit with a comedian that was like, they're like, the big guy untuck your shirt move where you like
Yeah.
pulling your shirt out move, that thing. Like, we like, when you're fat, you do that so often that you could be crossing the street and see a child about to get hit by a car, and you will pull on your shirt before you save the child. It's like, it's crazy, so knowing how bad that is, it takes work to get used to being like, nah, fuck
But
it,
now
but
you've
it's
got cool
brutal.
tattoos all over.
Yeah, just look up, put the camera behind me, not in front, and we'll be fine. Anyway, that project is done for the moment. I have other fun ideas that I'd like to do in other places, but I'm gonna let that settle for a little bit. I have some fun, potentially more painful spots I could target, but we'll get there when the idea strikes. You learn a lot about meditation and pain, though. I'll tell you what, you really do get to know yourself.
Oh, just disassociate.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to your trauma zone and unfocus your eyes and just leave your body.
Yep.
And then just come back later.
Yep, that works. I can confirm that works. Getting porked up, getting all hot and bothered, just putting yourself in some good old memories, hitting the Rolodex, that could work too. Whatever can distract you, I swear to God. Even a
What?
I am literally, there's at one point where my body's in so much pain that I'm like, think of the best moments you've had in your life, and I'm literally thinking of great memories of fun times that have happened, and I'm like trying to get anywhere away from my mind to not feel the pain, and that actually helped. Does that make sense?
You talking about fucking dating back to your goon memories while getting a fucking tattoo?
I'm talking about thinking about good times that have happened to literally try to get your brain going elsewhere when you're feeling the pain at its worst. Yes, thinking of sex. That's literally what I'm talking about. This is
this is a really awkward scenario that I'm concerned. All right.
I'm dead serious. Like, you're whatever you can. And at that point, there's a point where that stops working too, right? There's a point where like you're just kind of like, especially when your body's at maximum tired, right? I'm just being real. And
you're just saying what everybody else is too scared to say.
I'm just saying, I'm being honest, right? You thinking of like disassociating whatever like your fucking memories are. I had that, right? I had this. And at one point, and then at certain points, you kind of just do thinking of nothing, right? You do the just actual meditation, just breathing, thinking about your breath. And when you think about your breath, you kind of notice that inhaling actually makes it hurt more than exhaling for some reason. There's just little things like that you get to kind of, and then you can interface with pain in a way where you can go, it feels like you can go under it or over it. It's a hard to describe thing, but anyway, the point is that I even at one point kind of relaxed myself into like falling asleep while I was getting inked.
Oh, so that's cool.
It was like, that was nice because I was like, oh, this is great. I mean, I have a really nice endorphin like spot going here, and I kind of was like, okay, I can almost like nod off and lean into it, and I did, and I was like, okay, awesome. And then I had a little sleep twitch. And the artist was like, whoa, and I was like, fuck, nothing happened, is okay. But I was like,
you mean a hypnagogic jerk?
I like, do you ever get like while you're sleeping,
falling asleep one?
Yeah, no, maybe. But just sometimes when I'm falling asleep, or not mid-sleep, but like falling asleep, you do a little.
That's called a hypnagogic jerk.
Okay.
It's your body misfiring your nervous system, probably because you're getting fucking stabbed.
And it like was the artist was like, yo, and I was like, oh shit, okay, don't use that technique. It's good, but if that happens, that's very bad, so, and then yeah, I just all these different ways of dealing with it. I would definitely say the the tier list is just on at the least effective is just focusing on breath, and then gooning is like third place. I'd put second at trauma memory,
just leave.
Trauma memory is very, very strong, and if for any reason it's connected to what you're feeling, great, right? You're above the situation. You're in a different location entirely. And then first, of course, is like if you can zone out to the point of passing out, but there's the risk of the jerk,
I have a fifth solution to this, which is what would happen to me if I sat down to get a tattoo, where he would put the needle in, and I'll go, "Ow, that hurts. Fuck this. I'm a pussy. Bye. Sorry to waste your time."
Yeah, there is that. That's true too.
What the fuck was I thinking? Ouchies.
What is nice though is that like the ouchie parts are mainly the thinner areas, so the pit of your elbow and like the back part and stuff. But like the meat is fine. You barely feel the meat when it's getting drawn on. So anyway. That was some of it, and I want to just give big credit and shout out to again, that is Fabio at Fabio Tattoos on Instagram. Huge awesome job done by him. Cato Tattooer as well, and Phil Dragash, the artist that helped me with a lot of the composition putting this together. Phil also helped me with putting together the art of my sister for the back piece. So I've just grown to trust him with putting together a lot of stuff that's on my body at this point, and he's been incredible for that. So huge thanks to him as well. Ever since doing thumbnails back in the day for the old channel, I was just like, okay, your shit is sick. Let's go. Let's do it, buddy. Beyond that, I got to play a couple games last week as well before we had Callie on that I didn't get into because we didn't have as much time for it. But one of them was Dead as Disco.
Dead as Disco. I think I saw you playing that very briefly.
Yep. This is Woolly Core. It is a rhythm-based, amazingly stylish game. And the direct comparison point is Arkham Combat.
Oh no!
On the music, on the beat, to the rhythm. And I fucking loved it. It is a lot of the aesthetic is like kind of Suda coded as well. Some of the characters and some of the vibe feels Suda 51ish. It's super cool. It's only a demo that's out for now, so you can just do the tutorial. You can do like
that really is Arkham Combat. Holy shit.
And the preview for what the full game is going to look like is I'm super on board. But the most important feature in this demo is the ability to load in your own music, set the BPM, and fight to it.
That's a cool idea.
It's great. Definitely worth a quick peek. Half an hour or so of content in the game, in the demo right now, but the proof of concept is extremely powerful between soft moves, counters, dodges, light attacks, heavy attacks, couple special moves. You get a flow that gets going, and dodging ranged attacks from a distance and kind of moving the way in close to them. So that's Sifu rhythm, but obviously like Sifu, you're just going for maximum like style and efficiency. Arkham, you have the parts where what's going on?
What? Nothing.
Well, what happened?
Nothing. I'm just laughing.
Okay. It's super good, and I would say too as well that like the fact that it's on the music and on the rhythm where you're waiting for that to act on it, and of course the first time around with Arkham, not realizing that hitting the wrong buttons in between the prompts and my whole Arkham struggle, of not quite understanding what the combat what was there. Yeah, in this case, I think with the music and everything like that, I'm like, okay, no, I 100% get this from the jump, and it makes a ton of sense. The the end, I loaded up Six Black Heaven Guns from the Guilty Gear soundtrack, and just kind of that vibe was immaculate.
Every game that I've ever played that it's like put your own music in, right? I always have this like fucking massive hole in my gut where you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick like a song I like, but maybe it's not like, I don't know, the most common or has a simple BPM. Am I always like worried that I'm gonna put it in? It's like, oh cool, the song that I picked plays like shit. I ran into that playing Audio Surf all that time ago.
Yeah, it might. It might. The game is dead as disco. It might happen, but fortunately, because you can load things on, you just pick another song, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Get the right BPM going and see what fits. Not everything will, but there's a couple of moments in, you know, like Six Black Heaven Guns where, like, as you're getting to the breakdown, you know, dun 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 dun, and you're hitting and kicking and punching on the beat with every part. It feels amazing, you know? I'm super excited for the final product on this. And yeah, like I guess the only other thing I'd say is, like, when we played it, some of the music was so good, but it was covering real music. Like, there's an amazing cover of She's a Maniac, you know? And I was like, oh no, please don't let this get flagged. Please be streamer safe. And I think it was in the end, but I don't know if everyone's going to put in the amount of work that Hi-Fi Rush did to make sure that the amazing soundtrack that you play stream safe is also as good, you know?
Supposedly, Tony Hawk 3 and 4 just came out with a full soundtrack for streamer mode.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
That being said, even like one of the things that's really frustrating to me is it'll say streamer mode, and so look, we have a bunch of non-copyright songs. I'm like, yeah, but that didn't stop some fake Russian persona company for claiming all of them anyway.
Yeah.
Or whoever, a different YouTuber who just got to the cutscene first.
I think my brain is ruined in the sense that even if I'm playing offline for myself and I hear something really, really licensed, I'm going to have a panic reaction first.
Oh, that is dark. So I just gave the fuck up. Like, I've been playing Death Stranding, and it flags copyrighted music on Twitch so often. Twitch no longer auto publishes my VODs. It's just like, fucking stop it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to fucking stop it. I'm going to put it up on YouTube where Sony is going to eat the fucking profits off the ads that run on it.
Yeah.
But like, just leave me a version up on an upload somewhere that isn't muted. That's all I need at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if the James Stephanie Sterling tech of putting so many conflicting flagged things into the video that none of them can be claimed still works.
Well, no, it'll still claim them, and Sterling was never able to get revenue. But the point is that they're all fighting each other so that nobody gets the revenue.
I believe, right? But sometimes things go into the auto split even before they go into the denial. I mean, shit, even for things that are currently sponsored, where I'm like, you sponsored me. Why are we fighting?
I gotta tell you though, man, it's really funny. It's really funny because I've been uploading the Death Stranding parts like within like 10 minutes of the streams finishing, like immediately. Like, here's the part. And like the other night, I finished at like 2 a.m. and I saw a fucking skeet at me at like 4 a.m. going, why aren't the VODs up? And I'm like, are you fucking are you serious? Motherfucker, really? Fucking go to bed. God damn it. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's different. I'm taking the extra steps to like cut this up into episodes and you know, separate it so that my voice is separate from the game means, hey, whatever, I can put clown fart music to replace whatever gets claimed if need be, you know. Anyways, though, Dead as Disco was really, really cool. I highly recommend everyone check that out. Art is also immediately on fire. Character designs are fantastic. The other thing I played was... did I talk about Might Rhea? I feel
yes,
like
you did.
I did talk about Might Rhea. Okay, yeah. That was good. And then yeah, Mecha Break, of course. We did the sponsored streams for that. But uh I like how that game is just, yeah, I like how it's shaping up and how it's turning out. I like how there's a good original, like, yeah, just online Zoe vibe thing that you can jump into. And I I would like to see them cross the line and get in some like guest robots.
Absolutely not.
I think it would be
violently
cool.
disagree with you.
I think it would be cool, but but you hear why I'm saying it like this, because once there is there is a point where you're like, you open up the floodgates and oh no, it just gets taken over and it becomes the new Super Robot Wars style thing, you know.
I skins, yes, like put Ramba Rawl's special goof on Welkin,
that's fine.
right?
That's yeah, skins is fine.
Like not like bespoke robots. I think that would be a fucking terrible idea.
Skins is totally fine. I just kind of have that little thing. It's just that, like, oh, the things I love doing cool shit is there. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, you can get enough customization going on these robots to make them look like the things you want to look like anyway.
You can get pretty fucking close.
You can get very close with that Panther. But it would just be fun to have some, you know, to hear, you know, Kamina yelling from the cockpit while I'm unleashing Panther's drill.
I'm like
You know?
super torn on that. Because, like, on the one hand, I think that yes, that is cool, and on the other hand, I look at something like Dead by Daylight, which has become like totally dominated by guest
Licensed
characters.
skins, yeah. I don't, and this is why I'm not so fully yelling about go do it. That's why I'm like, I can understand how it can go too far and just become about this, you know. And it's like, this month tune in for the specific Gundam series of things, and you know, they're limited, and it's now, yeah, it's all about the guest content as opposed to the original content, you know, especially if it's a new game. And these robots are by some of the designers of these legendary series, right? Xenoblade,
like
and
there already.
yeah, no, the designers here are like famous for these incredible robot designs we love anyway, you know. So the originals are amazing and absolutely, you know, deserve that spotlight and their flowers as well. I don't want any of that taken away. It's just, yeah, little fun cosmetic skins would definitely, and you know what too, let's be real, it turns heads, you know. If you do get your fucking your goof color, or if you get your, you know, even just the whatever the I don't know if you, I guess you could talk to licensing to get like the plane, I forgot the jet one, but like Takara Transformers licensing, you know, or something like you can.
No, you're thinking of Falcon, and it's like that is Starscream.
That's what I'm saying. Is you can,
it literally actually
Takara
is just
published Japanese Transformers content, you know, and like you could reach out and get one or two of those little cosmetic skins going if you wanted to, you know. Anyway, it could be fun.
I was really, really impressed, and I mean really impressed with the full release of Mecha Break, where I put some time in all three modes, and all three of them were fully unique, excellent modes. Like Team Deathmatch and Objective were both really good, and that weird ass Smash Smack mode is so much better and more interesting than I was expecting, considering it's the extraction game type that is now going to be everywhere and suck ass. This is a really, really good extraction game type.
Yeah, it looks like, you know, from last year, they figured out the 6v6. They got that balanced and going, and you know, they kind of went, okay, let's do the 3v3. And then they just spent a bunch of time on this other thing, and that kind of replaces your single player in a way, you know? They also didn't, there's a little bit of that demo where you could walk around the ship, and I don't know how much that's going to be, but they did hint at like a shooting gallery where you could aim and just manually, like, you know, do pilot-based activities. That makes me think, if you're just watching your little dude jump in the robot, you want to talk about fucking cosmetics.
Man.
Oh, get every single pilot from every single series to just
you want to talk about cosmetics?
Jump in the fucking robot.
creating a lady character versus creating a man character in that game.
Oh, you
It's
mean
so fucking funny, dude.
you mean which plug suit girl you can set up as an Ava alternate character versus
Like the cosmetics on the dudes are so bad. They don't like if you put the hat on, it overwrites your fucking hair and your facial hair into a default.
Why are you making a man, idiot? Obviously this is for the jiggle.
So I talked about this and I was like, maybe it's just me, but like I'm not like desperate to goon while I'm playing my robot game.
Yeah, well that's you.
I guess it is me. Like I want to play with my robot toy.
I mean, it's just
I don't want to have to move my controller to get around my fucking throbbing erection when I'm trying to win in Mash Mac.
from the dawn of time when the Major Kusanagi was straddling that Tachikoma ass up. There were robots and there was booty, and people had feelings about those things.
Yes, I'm well aware people have feelings.
Okay. Just so you know. Yeah, no, it is not even funny how much they clearly don't give a shit if you're not making a girl
Dancing
character.
on that line. It's dancing on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the defaults are existing Evangelion characters, which is the funniest.
Yeah, and you also you see the special outfit you put on is essentially like it's a like not Zaft uniform. It's like a Federation, Earth Federation, white uniform with the beret on the side and everything. And you're kind of just like, yeah, they also know that you're the next thing you want to look like is part of the space army. You want to be in your space military thing, and I imagine more of those types of abilities and outfits. All the plug suit colors and stuff are there. Second is you get those, and then third you can get some of that kind of like, I kind of like the Macross pilot look, where you look kind of like Air Force. You got like some of the straps and a bit more of a retro style helmet. I could see a lot of fun with the dress up on that, but the priorities have never been more clear.
If you offered me a button that just said delete all pilots, I would just hit it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm here for robots, man.
Just throw a fucking.
The only reason there are
AI
pilots
bucket.
in that game is for secondary customization sales. That's it.
And I spent some time. I took the look. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stare at this person as they get into the robot, and every time they do a little taunt, they do a little haha, I killed you thing. You're like, yeah, it's part of the cosmetic, so whatever, It's never gonna be like Titanfall again, where like the two things matter because they're a part of you and you're seeing them all the time,
Yeah. Also, the custom characters aren't as interesting as bespoke characters. If you were picking like I would rather have a bespoke character for every robot.
So I think that's cool too. Yes, I actually. If you make
then you can customize them.
Yes. But 100%. If you have a character design that is the pilot of the Welkin, that would be really cool. I would love that too.
And they do that. It's just it costs $50.
Oh,
if you go onto the store,
there's
there's bespoke pilots with bespoke skins for the certain robots. There's one for Falcon, and it's like $50.
Okay. Because I'm thinking of like Tech Romancer, where it's like, here comes Wise Duck. It's the big American military suit, and there's 3 army dudes inside, like, yeah, army, and then there's your Koji Kabuto analog who's jumping around in his like super robot as well with spiky hair, and he's full of burning hot vigor, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I could see the fun of like having a set character that you love that's a part of this too. Not to mention, I mean, just the ability to like, it's crazy, I'd imagine, but aesthetics are moments where you could have the pilot like hop out and taunt, as part of the gameplay would be fucking sick, besides the win pose. Anyways, fun stuff with Mecha Break. And yeah, I played a card game that was pretty fun. And it was one of those ones where There's a board game, there's like board game bars that we have, and one of them is Randolph's. It's pretty sick. You can go and sit down, have some drinks. I've talked about it from time to time, and I found that like when I go there, oftentimes I walk away going like, oh shit, I think I want to Amazon. I think I just want to buy that one. And in this case, I got one. It's called Red Flags. Really fun. No, not Yu-Gi-Oh. I talked about Yu-Gi-Oh. We got in there. Vanquish Souls is cool, but this time around, I'm talking about just a actual card game, as in just normal, whatever, sitting around having a beer antics. Red Flags is a really fun game. It's following the Cards Against Humanity formula that is basically two funny things, putting them together, It's funny because like Apples to Apples should really get the credit for that. That was the first game I ever saw that did it, but they just weren't raunchy, whereas the Cards Against Humanity was. Yeah. Let me just confirm. Is anyone getting the door? Okay, hold on. Sorry. Oh no, door's.
Okie dokie.
No, door's answered. Never mind. We're good. And in this case,
yeah, it's like I invented this game, and then someone else came along. It's like, what if I invented the same game, but instead said, I shit out a lot of cum. I win.
Yeah. Or you just make exactly. You just add cards talking about taints and Rush Limbaugh's shitty soft body, and all of a sudden $1 billion. That was the problem. Is Apple, and furthermore, games are now coming out now that are clean, but then they add the raunchy add-on DLC pack, where you go get the extra cards that are naughty. It was a great idea, and in this case, what you're basically doing is one person is trying to date the other people around the table, and you eat, and you have to pitch your best qualities. So you have a bunch of cards that are green flags, essentially, the good things about you, and you get handed a bunch of things that are, some are tame. You got your patience, reliable, you can be courteous, and then there's stuff that's like, I got a card that says I'm a famous writer, or it says I'm blind to all your faults. There are cards that say you can I believe you're the most attractive person in the world, or I'm a pilot, or I know all the words to your favorite theme songs. And that's a really strong one to have on the green card side. You're like, damn, that's cool.
I'm a pilot is a red flag, dude.
If
those guys are disgusting sluts. That's a terrible flag.
Maybe if you're attracted to pilots, it could be a green flag for you. I mean, there's also green flags in the list that say like I'm a CEO, and I'm like, okay, fuck that. So whatever.
There's a red flag.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Oh, you mean a sociopath, right? Yes. Oh yeah. Gotcha.
You eat orphans.
Oh yeah, a mecha pilot. How about that, right?
They got damage. They got mental brain damage.
I think when we were playing,
sorry, there's pilots in the chat. They feel targeted.
Well, fuck. Punch Mom, while we were playing, got a card that was like a female professional wrestler, and I was like, that's awesome, right? But then while you're pitching, the people next to you, their job is to then go, okay, hold on a minute though, before you say you might date this person, have you considered that while they are reliable and while they do believe you're the most attractive person in the world, they also can only eat out of someone else's hand. Right?
I hate it so much more than I thought I would when you said it.
And you've got it now.
I hate it.
As the person who just got that red card slapped on top of them, you've got to continue selling yourself. And you've got to pitch why that's not so bad. Sure, I'm a famous writer and I know all the words to your favorite theme songs.
Sure.
But what if I refuse to cover my face while I'm sneezing? Would you take that date?
So this is the ick
It's
that
bad.
the people talk about now.
Yeah,
because I got the ick off this, bro.
Right? Someone slaps that card down and you go, fuck. Right? And the red flags, they range, you know. There's those ones. There's one that was like, a red flag is like live streams your first date. Right? Immediately. Or and then there's the ones where it's just like, is a literal serial killer. You know? And you're just like, yeah, right. It says CEO. I know. Got it. You know, but you have to then, it's your job to, as the person who doesn't know what red flag is going to get slapped on you, to be like, hey, listen, all right. Sometimes it feels good to sneeze out violently in everyone's face out loud, to not suppress it. That's a good thing. You should try it sometimes. Let's go out. I don't know.
God gave me that sneeze for a reason.
Yeah, I can't even devil's advocate it. I don't even know how to pretend that's remotely acceptable. But you find a way to pitch it, you know?
Oh yeah, no, you can pitch it. It's really easy. You just invent a fake story where you covered your sneeze, but it wasn't as effective, and then so you got like beat up and you have trauma over it. And now unless you don't cover your nose, you have a panic attack and shit yourself.
Okay. Well, no, that's actually another card, you know. So yeah, you're
gentle hand.
Yeah, you're thinking of like every time you nut, you shit your pants, you know.
That's bad. That's a bad one. That's not good. that's quite poor. That is.
You
that
know?
is lifestyle altering.
Yeah. You know, there's logistics that need to be figured out. And
you need to get a bag for that.
You need to get security in the form of more than just a bag, my friend.
No, I mean like a fucking intestinal bag.
Oh well,
no.
You see, I was just thinking a diaper that had a diaper with perhaps some.
No, this is not good enough.
I don't.
Unless you're planning to nut directly into the diaper, it's not going to work.
No, but you're
going to cut a hole in the front of the diper?
But that's the problem. That's why I'm saying,
I fucking hate this podcast.
No,
oh my God. This is like the worst one in a long time.
It's not good. It's not good. I think a diaper is bad. I think you'd have to figure out a way to facilitate the front.
This sucks. We need to get away from this. This sucks. I don't want this anymore.
Hey, HoloLive listeners, how you doing? Welcome to Castle Super Beast.
I want out, man.
I'm just saying that listen, a colostomy bag requires like massive like body alterations. And a diaper is sucks, but if you can figure out the front, then you can improvise the rest, you know? And you got to be with someone that loves you, that really loves you.
Yeah, that true love prevails.
You know, they've got to be down with all of the rest, you know? Or you literally just don't pick that person for that round and you pick someone else, you know? Mm-hmm. You just go, and for that reason, sharks, I'm out, you know? Like, it's done. I believe that some of those red flags are completely unwinnable, you know, and
yeah, it's kind of a search in the list of like, okay, what red flag can I actually deal with?
Yeah,
like, genuinely.
Yeah, no, like there was nuclear flags that we kind of were just like, if you were that we were holding on to, where you're just like, okay, if I need you to not win this round because you're getting close in points, I need to just drop the card that says, yeah, you've got all these good traits, but you are literally 6 years old. And it's just like, yeah. Like,
oh, yeah, no, that's
you're
not
out.
available.
Fold the cards, you know?
No, we're done.
I need you to not win and save you in this. Yeah, it was.
And then you put that card down, you look around the table, and you just get really eyeball everybody. Yeah? Yeah? Mm-hmm.
That's an instant disqualifier, right? It's,
Mm.
eyes bugging. Nah. Listen, Red Flags was fun. And yeah, I got a copy because I was like, yeah, that's a fun time to just, and it's also quick to understand. You know, you just kind of open it, throw everybody a bunch of cards, and then throw a bad one, and they go, oh no, and you get how to play right away. So, anyway, that's pretty much that. So, yeah, tune into Wooly Versus on Twitch for nothing.
That's crazy.
But tune into Wooly Versus on YouTube, where Expedition 33 continues, as well as some of the research-sponsored streams are going to be published as soon as we get the approval to do so. Yeah, I'm going to be doing life in the meantime. That's what's up.
Very, very important life stuff.
What's going on?
I'm going back over my stuff, and like pretty much I played two things this week. One of which is I dove a little bit deeper into Uma Musume, the horse girl racing game.
Okay.
So Paige streamed it and said Uma Musume, like, I don't know if she was joking or her accent came out, but ever since she did, I literally can't stop thinking about Uma Musume.
All right.
Like some fucking Appalachian fucking horse girl thing.
Like May, yeah. Did you graduate some horses?
Nah, man. I was talking to. So you get to find out who in your circle is horribly addicted to horse race gambling, and for me, it's like a lot of people I know, like a lot. And you also discover just how fast Foxcade will respond to a DM if you put your horse code in it.
Yeah,
which is really fast, really fast.
Shane is fucking in there.
Really fast.
Oh shit. Yeah. He's on the meta.
As I've gone through it, it's a pretty enjoyable, charming roguelike. And the variability in the actual horsey racing thing, even if you're just watching it, is pretty exciting. The other thing is that man, they are doing a really, really bad job incentivizing me to buy anything, which I really like.
Because you're getting a lot of good stuff.
Well, I don't know. Is Persona 5X's story on the docket this week?
No, I didn't catch it.
Okay, so Persona 5X and Uma Musume came out nearly day and date, right? In America. And they're both on accelerated schedules because they're way behind the Chinese or Japanese releases, right?
Yes.
So the Uma Musume thing is they got to catch up like 4 years. So like when you go to career mode, they're like career mode will give you double rewards for like 200 more days.
Okay.
And every single fucking day, the login bonuses have exploded. And there's overlapping fucking ban, and basically they're just you throwing shit at you?
Are you getting that Runeterra thing where you're like, oh, I don't even need to do anything?
Kind of.
Yeah.
I've actually saved all of my horse girl carrots because I re-rolled like a psychopath until I got Super Creek off the one free voucher.
Okay.
But that's not important.
Okay.
But basically, yeah, I've got like 14,000 carrots just sitting there. So the basic deal is that they're like, if they're on an accelerated schedule, they're also accelerating the free rewards, right?
Okay.
Which makes sense because if banners are coming out faster, then you need
more
resources.
Yes, to get through them. Yeah.
Persona 5X was made by a Chinese company, and then Atlas is handling the rollout in America and Japan, and their solution to running the gacha at an accelerated pace is that Sega and Atlas have slashed the free rewards by how fast they have increased the pace
compared to the previous release.
Yeah, so like people are earning like
That
30% of the
sucks.
resources that people on the Chinese server are.
Oh, that just feels bad for no reason. That's
So like
stupid.
the Persona 3 collaboration is coming even earlier than it should on the schedule, and people on the subreddit are like, I'm a free to play player, and under the game's normal schedule I would have had like years to build up to the P3 collab, and now I think I'm going to have to spend money in order to get any of the things that I want, and it's causing the game to just get fucking shit on
I'm just
very bad.
I there's a part of me that's going, I can't believe that we're comparing the rollout for FOMO based gacha systems when they're like the whole I hate the whole idea, but if you're gonna be like cool about it, at least don't make it so that the direct earlier version someone else has somewhere else is getting
Yeah.
more, and you can look and go, what the fuck, why are we not?
Why are you FOMOing me so
Even
much
harder
harder than
on
the
the
Chinese?
on FOMO based gaming. Yeah.
And like the Chinese dev had to come out and be like, "That's not us. That's Atlas. Stop complaining to us, please." Which is dire. That's dire as shit.
Publisher's decision.
Because Sega just runs these games into the ground over and over and over and over with this shit. They're too stingy. The other thing that I've been learning about playing the Uma Musume, and talking to Foxcade and Mom, who is very smart and very helpful, is that there's like almost no FOMO in the horse game, because all limited banner characters just get dumped into the pool when their banner is over.
Oh, and
They don't go away. They just get dumped into the pool.
they're obtainable.
Same thing with the cards.
Do their percentages change?
Yeah, they get the base percentage instead of the and then the other thing is that the events always roll back also. Like the special week event that happened in the first 3 weeks, that's just going to come back in like a couple months.
Does Zenless do that?
No, nobody fucking does that. Nobody dumps their limited banner characters into the pool.
Oh, I thought that Zenless had a way.
No.
Okay. Well, shit.
Oh,
Nikkei does it. Nikkei does it. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
you know why? Because Psy Games.
Ah. Okay.
But the other thing, and this is the fun part, is that so in fucking Genshin or whatever, you roll 90 times and you're guaranteed at least a pity.
No, but sure.
Okay, you roll 90 times. We've had this conversation before, I'm sure. But
whatever, I know. I've seen that in other games. Yes, I've seen it in Zenless. I've seen it in Teppen even. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And the pity is a 50-50 between the banner character and any other character of that thing. And if you fail the banner character pity, then the next time you get a pity, it'll guaranteed be the banner character.
Yes, yeah.
So this leads to people going like, well, if I know so and so is coming up in X amount of months, this means I need to build up 180 rolls to absolutely guarantee the character I want, which can be a lot. That's like a year of currency. That can be like a lot.
I'm flashing back to this conversation in Zenless as well, actually.
Yeah. And then in the Uma Musume, the pity is if you fucking roll 200 times, they just give you a voucher to pick whoever you want. But if you roll 199 times and don't, at the end of the banner, they just turn all those resources into shop items and just let you buy things from the shop, and it doesn't roll over.
Okay.
So nothing will ever go away.
But
if you absolutely motherfucking must have this horsey,
never back down.
Get ready to save up for 200.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Which is 30k carats.
It'll pay off if you never stop. Yeah. Okay. I see. I will say that, like, for however deep you're going, just always remember that you can take solace until we show up, and then you're talking about how the anime seasons are going, because that's the ultimate catch up, right? Like, once you've done all there is to do, you can dive into that Uma Musume anime.
Well, there's definitely way too. So I'm playing this game on the toilet. That's where the horse racing game lives. It lives during my shits, which I think is appropriate because horses. There's way too much to do in this fucking game. There's way too much. Like the idea of like, oh, when I've burned out all the fucking content in this, like, no, man.
But I can
I haven't even
see.
won the fucking. I haven't even beaten Haru's campaign,
But
and
I
I shouldn't have picked her first apparently because she's apparently the hardest of the base characters to win with.
but I think it's a little more subtle than that. You know, I think it's more direct. I think it's like, hey, I want to see a little bit more special week. Where can I do that? Oh, here she is. Let's tune into the show and see what's going on. Let's hang out with our girls. You know.
No, man, there's a lot of dialogue in those campaigns.
Okay, well,
There's a crazy amount of fucking dialogue.
we'll see.
No, the real question is I want to see where that animated GIF is from, where Vodka is racing so hard that the entire character is just a smear that's like 10 feet long.
Oh, are they doing the Sakuga speedline like
Yeah.
blorb
Yeah, no,
melt?
Absolutely. It's like, because it's a racing, it's fucking, it's what's it called? It's stock car racing, but with animals, right? It's a fucking oval. So when you animize it, you got to put your speed lines and your sparks and your smears and shit.
I would love to see matriculated, was it the Aeon Flux Matrix running style, but just with the Uma Musume girls, just like muscles flexing, outrunning the art itself.
That being said, Wooly, if I want to watch that anime, it's not because I need more of these characters. It's because like I want to see how dramatic you can possibly make running in a circle.
Oh, you can make that very dramatic, I'm sure.
That's the,
you know.
I watched Days of Thunder a million years ago, and like I couldn't figure out why I was supposed to be excited about any of the things that were happening. He's rubbing on me. He's rubbing on me. Yeah, fucking so what? Race your car.
Yeah, okay. You got Days of Thunder, but then on the other side of the spectrum, you've got Redline and the Speed Racer movie.
Yeah, that's true, but those are not stock car races or horsey races. They have tracks.
Yeah, I mean, it's the emotional push of the what the characters, you know, able to think and do as they're running, and when they're deciding to unleash it all, even if it's a straight line or a curve or whatever the case is. Were you a part of the Donovan Bailey versus Michael Johnson mania when Canada versus the US years ago in the Olympics? Nah. Okay. Because that was a big thing in my house and in my neighborhood, and you know, you'd be surprised how it's just like, yo, we're just running in a straight line, but that shit's exciting, you know. Or Usain Bolt with the, you know, with the flex and all that stuff. Anyways, it was a time.
What was the second? I remember Donovan Bailey, but I don't remember.
So Michael Johnson was the American record holder for the relay, and he was part of the relay run. And Donovan Bailey was the fastest man in the world at the time, and he beat
I remember
the record for the 100. And so the idea was that if you take Michael Johnson's record for the full 400-meter relay and divide it by 4, technically his numbers are faster than Donovan's 100.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works.
But that's what they were saying at the time.
That's so stupid.
It was crazy.
Is the stupidest fucking
that's
thing ever.
That's what I'm saying, right?
That is not how that works.
Isn't that insane? Oh, dude, now you're there. Now congratulations. I brought you there immediately. We were losing our minds. This is like 20 years ago, and it was insane. And America was like, nah, but if you divide it in 4, though.
If that's how it works, just have him run the 100 meters and just
So eventually, because of all that shit and chirping, they're like, fine, 1v1 on the track, let's go. And they were like, what, how far are we gonna run? And they're like, oh, can we do it at 100? Because that's what this has started over. And they're like, no, because our guy's used to the longer thing and it needs to not be that. And then they're like, but you started this whole thing talking about dividing by 4, so why not, you know? And so it went back and forth, and I think they eventually settled on 200. I think they just settled on
150. I'm on the wiki.
Oh, is it 150? Okay, yeah. There you go,
Bailey
right?
won after Johnson allegedly injured his hamstring.
And so you watch there's a whole build-up, a whole big spectacle. Everyone's there. They get on the starting line. The gun fires, and Donovan takes the fuck off. And like, it's that start that has like the sparks on it. It's such an insanely, and the lead is so immediate that Michael Johnson just goes, my leg, I pulled up, and he's like, he goes down, and he's like, yeah, no, pulled a muscle, whatever. And then Donovan is just like, he grabs the mic afterwards and like just calls him a coward or whatever. He's like, you're a chicken.
Bro,
He didn't pull up.
Know that
he said
track had fucking
lore
diving.
Oh yeah,
no,
he dove. Oh, he dove. He took a dive right away because he didn't get the boost start. He took a dive immediately, and then Donovan was like, "Get the fuck out of here, bro!" And then that was it.
I'm watching it right now.
It's so funny.
This pulled a hamstring shit is not like.
Yeah.
My leg.
I pulled up.
He passes him.
I pulled up, guys. It was
Fuck! This is the most embarrassing cope I've ever. Holy shit! That is terrible. That is fucking crazy.
I'm so glad I brought you here all these years later. This was it. It was nuts, dude.
Also, if you wanted to make it fair, you'd run a 100-meter, you'd run a 200-meter, then you'd run a 150-meter as a tiebreaker.
After
bim bam done.
And this is also leaving out that the night before, Michael Johnson was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and he was yapping. He was talking all that shit. Dude was going off and just like whatever. And Jay Leno, I believe at the time, introduced him as the fastest man in the world. And you're like, if you divide it by 4.
Well, I mean, listen, no.
So upsetting, so stupid.
Guys, viewers, listeners, I love you guys, but it's so tiring. I'm the fastest man in the world. I'm the best fighter in the world. I'm the world heavyweight champion of the United States. Like every time, it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
Like even down to sports entertainment is the world heavyweight wrestling champion of the WWE. Like, really? It's like a roster of like 99% Americans.
Dude, I love me a good old Evo Grand Finals. And even then, when they put on the Evo thing, World Championships, and I'm like, if you can make it to Las Vegas, come on. It's the biggest event.
The only way to make that fair would be to have like multiple events and then feed the winners of those into a all expenses paid
trip to the final location. Yes.
Finals.
And so that's what these like events like, Tekken World Tour and Capcom Cup end up being, is like, okay, make your points internationally, and then we send you to the final location. Because if you can't make it to Vegas, then you can't get to the World Finals. That's not the World Finals, man. Anyway, but yeah, that whole way of talking about it, right, is always been just like, okay, the World Series, right? It's the World Series.
Dude. So I don't follow baseball and I don't play baseball. I would fucking kill to see the World Series just include Japanese
players.
I would kill. Like,
right?
Because I'll tell you, I think Japan loves it more now. I think they love it more now.
I don't think that's a question. I think that's confirmed. Yeah. No.
And you know what? Of course, if we're going to do America versus Japan on this, I would like all of Central America to make their own teams also.
I mean, the fact that they're sending scouts out to Japan to get your Japanese players to come back this way, and then same thing for China and basketball as well. And you know what I mean? Like, it's quite clear that no, there is a globe here. But yeah, baseball in particular with Japan is like, I would love to see that. Indeed, Shohei Ohtani is who I was thinking of. So, what
What else?
No, I was gonna say like, what's the word for Oshi for your
Oh,
Uma?
it's Haru Urarara.
Who? Okay. She tries her best.
Urahara, whatever her fucking name is. Fail horse.
Okay. You see,
Fail horse that got so much specialty fancy grass
because
that the
everyone's supporting her
donation
now.
website went down.
That's amazing. Everyone's giving her all the grass in her retirement.
And you know what? That horse hates pickles, and I hate pickles too.
Okay, but I think it's a coin flip. I could have seen you going either way on that. I could have seen you also being like, nah, losing means you shouldn't have tried. That fail horse deserves nothing for failing the whole time. You know, like,
Nah, man, she's a precious cinnamon bun. The horse too. The horse is adorable.
the bit could have gone either way. But I do love the idea of the real horse just getting tons of grass, not knowing why.
In the most unshocking twist of all, my wife's Oshi horse is Gold Ship.
Ah, which one was Gold Ship? Let me see.
The insane horse.
The crazy one. Yeah. the nut biting people's hats off and shit.
Unshocking.
Drop
But yeah,
kicker.
that Uma Musume is pretty good. I'm gonna use all my carrots on trying to get Kita-san black, and if I don't get it, I'm gonna go okay.
I mean, now that I've gotten Rudolph, I'm like,
Yeah, you got a good one.
I mean, what's next? You know, like.
So here's the thing: when I
Here he
re-rolled
ice.
it, and when I re-rolled my horsies, so I could get Super Creek the card. Hey man.
No, sorry. No,
Listen,
I made a joke for
real Goo Goo Babies
sorry,
hours.
I made a joke for absolutely no one. Anyways, go on.
I hate that. Like, did you make the joke for no one, and then you looked at the chat and you're like, oh shit, it was for no one?
No, you didn't even hear it. We're moving on. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't actually roll on any horsies. I only have the 5 starter horsies.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm gonna get those cards first, and then we'll see.
Okay.
It's really, really strange how disincentivized rolling on a horse in that gacha game is. It's fucking weird.
Why?
Because a horse, the change of any particular horse is their what races they're good at and their personality during their story mode. Whereas the cards are the actual like gameplay altering mechanics.
Oh, the support cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so since all the horses just feed into the gigantic pool of horsies, and you don't know if you like them before you get them, like you pull for the cards you want, and then with your leftover shit, you I'll roll on a horse.
Okay. I also want to see the part that Shane was talking about with like some people can be good at racing but bad at performing. You know, I want to know what that means.
Don't know what that means. That's really interesting.
How's the Kojumbo Gumbo?
I have passed. So it has an incredibly similar. Okay, before we even start, have you played Death Stranding 2 at all?
I didn't crack it open yet. No.
Great. Okay. Just that helps me with like where to go with this. I have hit the turning point. The game has like the exact same.
Sorry.
The exact
pause.
same.
We are talking about Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, Death Stranding 2.
We let in.
Oh, you didn't. We didn't say it.
No, I said some stupid shit.
I said it when I asked you if you played it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes.
Talking about the package simulator, Death Stranding 2. The game has the identical structure as the first game, like like normal area, plains, rockier mountain, mountain, right? As a progression. So I'm on mountain zone now. And I have had a character literally look me in Sam's face and go, "You are 75% done."
Oh yeah,
linking up the network.
Okay.
So I'm trucking, right? And I've been thinking a lot about how I'm enjoying the game and how I feel about it. And this is the least interesting game Kojima has ever made.
Least.
By far. Like not even close.
You're throwing.
I would say it's not I would not say it's the worst game he's ever made, because I actually really strongly dislike Metal Gear Solid 4.
Okay, you're
But
throwing in
Metal Gear Solid 4 is super interesting.
you're throwing in Metal Gear originals
Oh,
and
absolutely. I
and
just played
yeah,
those.
that's why I'm saying that, and Boktai.
I haven't played Boktai.
Okay.
But Boktai's weird. Boktai's super weird. The main thing that I'm dealing with is that
It's a safe sequel.
Obviously this is personal opinion.
Hmm.
Not like a huge amount of Death Stranding's gameplay loop was carried by the level of confusion and obtuseness and strangeness of its setting,
Hmm.
right? So I think about the Death Stranding trailer where you see the 5 figures off in the sky,
Yes.
and just that feeling of like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
that? And like
Ominous dread.
learning about BTs and learning about void outs and repatriates and shit like that. It can't do that again.
No.
Because you already played Death Stranding.
Yes.
Nothing in Death Stranding 2 can even approach being as weird or interesting as even the same thing was in Death Stranding 1, because in Death Stranding 1 it was brand new.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
As a result, a lot of the stuff in this game feels really safe. And on top of that, some of the stuff feels so safe as to almost be parody. The Luca Babadaboopy sections where you fight the soldiers are literally just 3 or 4 more cliff levels. Like they're exactly the same.
Okay.
And the way that you get like flashbacks to Luca's stuff while you hook in the BB pod, it's Luca instead of Cliff. Like
they're not
Neil instead of Cliff.
They're not twisting it in any obvious ways.
It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same, and it's kind of weird. The other thing is that so it's this was a really interesting situation where I was talking to a couple of people and I was describing how I don't like how easy it is to drive everywhere. You can just drive, you can Skyrim your way up a mountain with a trike.
Once you get the roads clear?
No, just right away.
Oh.
And the truck is a lot easier to maneuver as well. Like you can just drive through a bunch of rivers with them. And I was doing back and forth with people, and the consensus seems to be that trucks and trikes and movement is just easier and more powerful. But part of that is because I already played through Death Stranding 1. And so I know how to use ladders. I know how to use the trucks. I know how to use the climbing ropes. I know how to, all of these parts of the gameplay loop I already know, right? And so what the game is supposed to put towards me is like new types of challenges that test that, or different types, right? It's the same challenges with stronger tools.
Okay.
It's like I gotta cross a river, I gotta climb a mountain, but all of my tools are stronger, and I have a bunch of new tools that are even stronger than the old ones.
And you've already gotten proficient at the old way.
And I'm already good at Death Stranding 1.
Yeah.
And as a result, I end up falling into this really, really weird trap where, you chart out your route, or you chart out, I'm going to go fight the mules or whatever. And then you go, okay, what tools am I going to bring with me? And I have tons of different tools. I have a bunch of different climbing things. I have a cargo launcher. I have multiple vehicles. I have a third specialty vehicle, which is super weird, which I won't talk about. And on almost every single thing, I bring the generalized loadout of like the machine gun, 2 blood grenades, a stun bomb, some blood packs, 1 climbing rope, 1 ladder, and my fists. And the most effective way to fight human enemies in this game is to sprint at them and drop kick them. It will knock out every human enemy in the game in a single hit.
Let's go.
And it's like,
yeah. Before even grabbing your other weapons.
Like, yeah, you've been given like 10 times as many ways to solve the same problems, but the first things you get to solve those problems are the best things to solve those problems.
Okay.
It's
I
really, really weird.
so I have a theory I want to posit because I feel like when we go play when we play guess with Kojima, the expectation is typically that we're going to get baffling narratives, but the gameplay will be recognizable, right? And
Yes.
in this case, could it be that, like, almost in a way, like, you can go baffling with the narrative, and there's a lot of different ways you can try to confuse people, but the setting has already been established for how weird it is and what's going on.
Mhm.
If you are no longer using Konami's money but your own studios, that your
Yeah.
sequel decisions need to be a certain
Safer.
way, right? You need to make money for Koji Pro to be able to do this for years, and that might in turn, influence how nutty we're gonna get. I don't know per se, but I would expect, like, that, like, yeah, there's some element of Kojima wanting to keep you on your toes. Even that interview the other day from Woodkid being about, like, yeah, he said it was too safe in the play tests,
So I don't know what the hell that was talking about, because like one of the big things is like environmental effects, right? So now rivers can flood, and brush fires can happen, and avalanches and rock slides can happen, and there's also earthquakes, right? And you're supposed to be able to, there's like a weather system to see if these are likely to happen, and you get alerts for earthquakes. They don't matter at all.
Oh yeah, okay.
They
Weather.
don't matter at all. I've encountered avalanches and rock slides, which I moved to the left and stood next to the wall, and they missed me. I did a brush fire that I just walked through without, and you can drive through the flames apparently. The sandstorm happens all the time, and you plot your course on your map and just drive through the sandstorm. And river flooding, all of the vehicles can just roll right through a flooded river.
Okay.
And it's just like,
It's not enough of an obstacle.
and I'm getting tons of cool toys, and I'm really, really enjoying building up the larger infrastructure, but I'm enjoying that because I just like to see it all. I'm building my fucking model train set. If I had to say, like, what the core of it is vehicles are too strong, and you get them right away. You get them in like the first 10% of the game, and they remain excellent for the whole game. I drove up the side of the mountain on a trike.
Okay. Is perhaps, I was going to say, like, maybe is the geography changing in a way this time around that is, like, presenting new challenges?
No.
Okay.
In fact, the geography has changed in a way that has removed old challenges. If I could, like, put my thumb into the game and, like, turn something off and, like, make a single design change, you get the zip line like 25% into the game. You get the zip line super, super, super early. In Death Stranding 1, zip line was like one of the dead last upgrades you got. It was like almost all the way at the end. And so it caused a really fucking weird situation where I'm climbing through the mountains and doing my mountain stuff on foot because I actually have to. And I unlock the network. And then they go, actually go over the mountain to the other side, because that's right, that kind of thing. And you're flip-flopping. And what I ended up doing is climbing to the absolute tip top of the mountain and lining it up to the edge of the network and putting it down in advance so I could actually link it up to the place I was just at. And then when I do unlock that part of the network, I only have to place like 2 more back up the mountain. And now I've already ziplined the whole area. And now I've like automated the trip to this location. And so I'm actually only taking the trip to new spots
Once.
I'm never even taking the trip back.
Okay. You're just going through, once entirely. Okay.
Like, I am not even done with the mountain section, and I have almost totally ziplined it up to completion. And I'm like, part of this is design, but most of it is that I still know how to do this from Death Stranding 1. and like I was expecting with all of these environmental things on the larger map and stuff like that, that I would be dealing with more complicated delivery routes or more obstacles or whatever. This feels, in terms of difficulty, this feels like the first game, and the first game would be the second game in terms of,
because you have less
like,
and it's
friction.
harder. Yeah, the challenge is increased. Okay. And this
Um,
is also like, without the deterioration as much. You said there was like roads too or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, I built a road at the very first road in the game, and it's been deteriorating over time. And over 55 hours, it's gone from 100% to 60%. So I'm really not fucking worried about it.
so I mean, this has been a discussion for years in video games, but like sequels do have this thing, right? Like there's
Absolutely.
the how do you raise the challenge, not present the exact same thing, keep it exciting even though a lot of the surprise is gone, and but you also want to, there's a gulf between, again, Flame Lurker and Consort Radon,
Yeah,
that we
absolutely.
have to close here.
The other thing is that, like, the story is the story is better told and worse. Like, the story is cleaner, quicker, more present, more consistent, more understandable, and much less interesting, because it's not an explosion in constant confusion and where you're learning about what the fuck the world of the Death Stranding is like. It's a endless barrage of character vignettes that are all very interesting, but it's like it's the same structure as before, even down to like the way you get Heartman is like the same. You go through the same scene with Heartman when you run into Heartman.
Okay. So the
Because
world,
they have to re-explain that he's Heartman.
the world is already explained, so now we're just
Yeah.
spending time on the specific character stories and arcs that they're going through. The beats.
Also, Higgs is like the worst character ever.
Good worse or bad worse?
No, bad,
Oh.
bad. Like he will probably rotate around to being so bad I love him, but right now he is the worst. He is so dumb and stupid.
I'm not sold by what you're saying, though.
He feels like Troy Baker trying to get another shot at Kai Leng.
Oh, come on. Don't invoke Kai Leng, bro.
Yeah, I'll invoke it.
That's low. Kojima's above Kai Leng. That's brutal. That's fucking brutal.
The other thing, and I will not name, hold on, let's just turn that off.
Okay.
Into emote only, just in case.
Okay.
I will not name the character.
Okay.
I have encountered the stupidest, like, I don't mean like badly written, I mean the objectively dumbest character Kojima has ever written, ever, by multiple orders of magnitude. In which, like, I have learned this character's backstory, and it has made me hate them in a way that every time they talk from now on, all I can go is, "You're stupid." You're a stupid person.
Okay.
You are the dumbest motherfucker that has ever lived.
Okay. Because it's everything is your fault type of thing? Like,
yes.
Okay.
Like,
all
no,
right,
you are an objectively dumb person.
Okay.
In a way that, like, ruined your life, and it's crazy.
Okay.
It's fucking bananas. I cannot think of one that is dumber ever.
I mean, I'm racing, but okay. Yeah.
Like, just bad, dumb decision man. as it were. So I'm nearly to the end, so I'm gonna keep trucking. I have to see where this is going. It's a super safe sequel to the super weird, not safe game.
Yeah.
And that is very disappointing.
I mean, do you literally just reinvent the wheel and the world for Death Stranding 2?
Well, here's the thing.
Maybe you just go to a different place entirely. Maybe you don't do a sequel, right? Maybe you make a brand new game that's just not the thing. But also, you're like there's always that, like, hit the credits and see what happens, right? There's always that little.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just this thing where when Kojumbo was like, oh, I can't wait to spread my wings and do weird stuff. I was like, oh, Death Stranding, that's super weird. What are you going to do for Death Stranding 2? The same thing. Again, Death Stranding 1 and Death Stranding 2 are way more similar than any two Metal Gear games.
Okay. Yeah, I get you. I get you. And
he has remade those Metal Gear games into each other over and over and over. And Death Stranding is more Death Stranding 1 than it is anything else.
There's also something to be said for the team is familiar with the flow and can, do the thing they've done better this time around in a more time efficient way as well for a studio. But I thought that, like, something like OD, for example, the new project, like, I thought that was going to be Kojima's, like, Koji Pro's way of going about games is going to be like big Hollywood original entries, self-contained to each one, so I even announcing the sequel and kind of being like, we're going to build up a franchise here was not what I expected,
So I spoke to two friends of mine who both are insane, and after beating Death Stranding 2, both went, hey, I'm going to go through the director's cut of 1 again right now. And both came away going, oh yeah, no, DS1 is significantly better. And I was like, I can't believe you two are so fucking crazy that you went for it just to know. But then again, I can respect that.
It's safer. Interesting.
It's so safe.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's what's going on with me. This week, oh my God, this week I have so much fucking going on. Let's see. I need to go look at my own schedule on my own broadcast thing to even tell you what's going on over at twitch.tv/PatStaresAt. Today's the podcast. Tomorrow, I'll be watching a streamer contest show called Next, brought to you by Progressive as a sponsored hashtag sponsored watch party. Then there's Death Stranding. Then there's a sponsored look at Fretless, and Donkey Kong is coming out. Then more Death Stranding, and then TennoCon on Saturday.
The latest with Warframe.
Yeah, so basically I was talking up Rebecca Ford,
and
she's an amazing, wonderful cinnamon bun lady. And I was like, Reb, you're doing a great job. You should feel good. And she was like, oh yeah, thank you. That's great. How's the baby? And we did that back and forth. And then she was like, oh, TennoCon's going to be really good. I'm like, okay, I believe her.
Okay.
That's it.
Was Soulframe, like, was there more going on with that?
There is going to be a Soulframe thing on there is going to be a Soulframe thing on at TennoCon, but
it's a part of it. Okay.
But it's not going to be the Tenno Live, which is the part that I'm going to be tuning in for.
Okay. Right. So with that, let's
Also, I played the alpha of Soulframe. That shit's far away. Far away.
Okay. Mira, I'm recalling last time that, yeah, I'm remembering it wasn't super an exciting conversation when you brought it up last time.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of Steve in that game. And if you know, you know. And if you don't, you don't. The main thing is, like, man, the hatred towards Vacuum continues. Very, very weird. Very intense hatred of Vacuum. I don't know what Steve's deal is.
I hear the deep cuts, and
Okay, you know what, we're gonna do this. Fuck it.
You don't
So
have
in
to. You don't
Warframe,
have to. That I
there
mean,
could be a documentary written on the skill vacuum in Warframe, and all it is that the radius that stuff gets sucked into your character in Warframe is too small, right?
oh yes,
It'd
yes,
be like
yes. Okay.
5 feet,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so then eventually a mod called Vacuum came out. And the mod, basically you could attach it to like a certain type of little sidekick, and it would increase that to like 30 meters. So it became the single most popular mod the game had ever used. And by the way, when I say mod, I mean inside the game item, not a modification of the game. I mean like the items you equip are called mods in Warframe.
Okay, okay.
And then there was basically a back and forth for like fucking 10 years as to whether or not vacuum should be universal. And then, oh, okay, you can have vacuum on these types of carriers. And then you have vacuum and blah, 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 blah. And then it finally, in 2024, they buffed it to universal. Right. And then I played Soulframe, and Soulframe's like walk over to items and pick them up with a button. And I'm like, Steve, you're crazy. You went backwards.
Okay.
Like you're so
Extra.
mad about fucking vacuum now
Yeah.
that there's no vacuum.
Extra steps, actually.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Oh man. Okay. I mean,
And Scott, whatever.
I can't talk about it from the context of this type of game. I just know that when I'm playing a platformer like Gungeon or Isaac, or any one of those kind of like simple 2D games, the idea of having a stat or so that increases your vacuuming range, I hate that it's not automatically just massive to begin with. I don't like.
I mean, you played Vampire Survivors, right?
Exactly, right? But I'm
Attract Orb.
Yes.
I was playing Vampire Survivors. I was like, Attract Orb is the single best upgrade in the entire game, and every single person in chat was like, yes, absolutely, it absolutely is.
But like, it's a feeling of there's a feeling of like getting a really good power of like I didn't have this, but now I have it, and then there's a feeling of I deserve this. Why did you take it from me?
I'm of the opinion that items should always just suck up into your character
that's
in
what
every
I'm saying.
single game.
Souls come from the other side of that map and get into your body, right? No matter how far away. I feel like you have taken away my ability to get everything that is rightfully mine, and making me earn that back slowly doesn't feel good. It's like, God damn it, hurry up.
It's extra super crazy in Warframe because whenever you hit an enemy, they just explode into a million items.
And
you like there's Warframes that like will just generate a death field around them that's like 50 meters long. And it's like, okay, well, I need vacuum.
Yes.
So that I can pick up anything, man.
Yes. Okay. Maximum vacuum, right, should be the way the game works, except not when I say the game, when like the feeling in games in general. I want that maximum vacuum feeling, except if I'm opening a box with a thing in it.
Sure.
Then make a I got the cool thing, But that's the distinction. Open a box or vacuum for free, and anything less is actually a bad feeling you're giving me, the player. Yeah, all right, there we go. We solved that. Okay, quick break, and we will.
Yeah, I gotta piss, man. Oh, damn.
BRB.
Hey, let me ask you: hey, would it distract you from the pain if you were sitting there getting tattooed and you were just full to bursting with piss, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta piss so bad? Would that distract you, do you think?
I mean, only if that excites you, I suppose.
Okay.
Don't tattoo me, I'll come.
Or piss.
All right. Let's take a quick word from our sponsors.
I love you, sponsors.
This week, the podcast is sponsored by Hero Forge.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, Hero Forge is cool. That is the fully customizable tabletop miniature shop. You can go get all your tabletop miniature needs taken care of. You can basically go to the website and they have a easy to use design tool that's a character creator with lots of options to go in and detail your perfect 3D in-depth designed character. You can add material colors. You can print, with tons of fine details on your model. You got tons of hairstyles, weapons, poses, clothing options. It's not just fantasy. They've got modern and like themed, more different types of tabletop settings. Whatever you got going on for your game, they have them ready to go. Not besides just printing out, of course, your own character. You've got the ability to make different types of enemies, monsters, add little details to it. For example, if I can get the camera focus this time around, I show off the cool little.
Hard to do.
There we are. Yeah, little woolly monk, and got the woolly versus little thing on the bottom there as well.
Oh, cool.
Got the dreads with the little blonde kind of dye tip on it and everything. Very fun little miniatures you can get printed out with tons of detail. They have the kit bashing feature, so you can go in with as a pro subscriber, you can get in there with kit bashing, which lets you add a ton more accessories and items onto your mini. So you can put up to 20 different unique items and accessories. So you can add extra arms, wings, floating, whatever you need to just go hard and detail all the little kit bashed elements to make your character perfect. Posable hands and feet and scaling individual body parts as well. The kit bashing tool is really powerful. And if you don't want to print out a mini as well with Hero Forge, you can also print out simple standees. You can get digital minis. You can get 2D tokens, STLs. There's a lot of options. Or you can even print out regular plastic, premium plastic, color printed plastic, bronze or color standees too. So if you're tabletop and you want to get your character built and you want to visualize them, and if you want to have your friends all have your own characters that look like you or look like whatever you want to design as well, visit heroforge.com. Start designing your custom miniature today. Check back often as well, because new content is added every week. So go to heroforge.com and use code CASTLE, and you'll get 5% off all orders of physical miniatures. One more time, that's code CASTLE at checkout to get 5% off all orders of physical miniatures at heroforge.com. Thank you, Hero Forge.
Thanks, Hero Forge.
This week, the podcast is sponsored by Shopify. That is the #1 commerce platform to get your business online, off the ground and running. It's behind millions of businesses around the world, and there's no scale too small or too big to get your online shop ready to go. From your first sale, if you're trying to figure out how to sell a t-shirt from a podcast like we did, or if you are going into your millionth sale and you want to ship all around the world and you want to keep track of where your stuff is going, what's popular in what places. If you want to get, basically a marketing team essentially behind you and keep track of social campaigns, if you want to, promote stuff, if you want to see where people are clicking on your products from, and if you want world-class support as well, managing your inventory and international shipping processing and return processing as well. that's where Shopify will come in handy and save you, because that stuff's extremely complicated to do on your own, and they've got the jump on it. So yeah, if you're ready to sell, be sure to use Shopify. In particular, I like the Shop app. That's one of my go-tos with just checking and making sure that all packages I'm getting are coming together, and I'm seeing when they're arriving, and I find it incredibly useful. And yeah, it is possible right now to turn your big business into idea into cash. So if you're getting in there, want to get your shop integrated into all your socials and start your business journey, sign up for your $1 per month trial. Start selling today at shopify.com/superbeast. That's shopify.com/superbeast. shopify.com/superbeast. And you'll get a you can sign up for your $1 per month trial period right now. Thank you, Shopify.
Thanks, Shopify.
This week, our sponsor is here for the summer. We got Shady Rays coming in to hit you right on time. That is the cool sunglasses company with an awesome name. It's Shady Rays. Get it?
I get it because of the sun.
Yes, you want to make sure that the sun, while warm and nice and enjoyable within moderation, does not blind you, and you want to look cool while not getting blinded. You know, it's important to, yeah, not take damage and be stylish while doing it. So that's where,
Bro, I put on my sunglasses and my baseball cap and my big headphones when I take the baby out strolling, and it works really well to be like, don't talk to me.
nope, that is the ultimate. I am not up for communicating at all.
I've sealed myself off from the world.
The trifecta. Those three items together might as well just be a helmet. It might as well just be a biker helmet at this point. But you can start with the shades. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company. They've got a world-class product, 5-star rated by over 300,000 people, to get your premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. So you got hundreds of options to choose from. You're going to find the perfect pair matching your style. Take a look. And if they ever go missing, or if they take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it, because they've got a lost or broken replacement deal as well, which is pretty insane protection. Not to mention, if you don't love your shades, you can just exchange them for a new pair, return them worry-free within 30 days. So yeah, no risk when you shop. You can always just try them out, see how you feel about it. And they have those options available for you as well. So get in there with a pretty good deal. Our listeners can head to shadyrays.com and use the code SUPERBEAST, and you'll get 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself, see why they're rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. One more time, that is shadyrays.com, and use the code SUPERBEAST, and you'll get 35% off your polarized sunglasses. ShadyRays.com. Thank you, Shady Rays.
Thanks, Shady Rays.
And let's see what we got over here. This week, the podcast is sponsored by ExpressVPN.
Hey, ExpressVPN, what's up?
Have you heard of a data broker?
I have heard of a data broker.
Data broker. Data brokers are Myrtle Mern.
They're girls that are into fry cooks.
Data brokers are middlemen that are collecting and selling all of your digital footprints if you leave any online. That's bad.
I don't like that.
They stitch together.
This cyberpunk future is lame, man.
Yeah, it's not the cool one. It's the lame one. Where's
my robot legs?
Right? A bunch of chodes are out there stitching together your profile from data that you've left online. They're grabbing browsing
Oh, let
history.
go of my data, Chodes. Oh, come
Stop.
on.
Stop
Oh.
being lame. They won't do it. They're super lame. Those cyber chodes, I'm telling you, they're out there for your browsing history. They're out there for your online searches, your location data. Data brokers will then sell that profile off to a company, and they'll deliver you a targeted ad. No biggie, you might think, but then they're selling that information to places that are not just ads, but places like the Department of Homeland Security and the IRS.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they're doing business with chodes too. That sucks.
That's not good.
I don't, I wouldn't want to deal with any of that garbage if I didn't have to. So, yeah, don't leave.
If I got to deal with the IRS, I'm in trouble.
So don't leave behind those digital footprints that these data brokers can grab and use against you. You can protect yourself with ExpressVPN. Yeah, that is a super easy way to just hide your IP address. Makes it much more difficult for said data brokers to track you, to monitor, and to monetize your online privacy and your activity. And it's also going to encrypt 100% of your network traffic to keep your data safe from hackers if you're on public Wi-Fi or something like that as well. Yeah, I was literally just using it yesterday as I was trying to watch a video on YouTube, and then YouTube said, "We don't like that you're in Canada." And I said,
I said, I don't like that you said that.
"Am I in Canada?" And then it's like, "You're not in Canada." And I'm like, "That's right."
That's crazy.
Thanks, ExpressVPN. And it works on all devices too. So like literally you can just, not just your phone, because you boot, I simply booted it up and pressed the button, but you can get it going on your laptop, tablet, tap a button and turn it on, you're protected. It's super simple. Yeah, that ability to just say, leave me alone, came in handy. And especially if I'm like I was using it in bed, like, night browsing. And I was just like, meh, button, refresh. All right, there we go. And it's just that simple. So I appreciate that. Protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/superbeast. That's expressvpn.com/superbeast. And you can get an extra 4 months free. expressvpn.com/superbeast. Thanks, ExpressVPN.
Thanks, ExpressVPN.
All right.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Oh.
And if anything did happen, I suggest that you use AI to reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with nothing happening.
I've got your emotional and cognitive load right here, motherfucker.
Oh, boy. I think it's kind of like if we charge up a story about layoffs for long enough, the number gets bigger and bigger. It's kind of like a spirit bomb, If we just hold our hands up for enough weeks in a row, the number will get bigger and bigger until we finally drop it, and it will be incomprehensible. Not to mention, it's not just the layoff story; it's all the clown makeup that gets applied as it lands. Microsoft, as of 2 weeks ago, laid off 9,000 people coming from the Xbox business. But hey, that's 10% of King. That's 3% of the company of Microsoft. But Phil Spencer says that, the gaming business has never looked stronger. These
are difficult choices. We have to blah 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 blah. Fucking
sure, but let's not forget that's the shot. But let's not forget the chaser, which is that they also had a record performance in 2024.
Yeah, they did,
delivering $245 billion in annual revenue, up 16% year over year, and over 109 billion in operating income, which is up 24%. You don't say. Look at that. Business is booming. Things are growing, and they'll never stop growing.
There's a multiple pieces of follow up to this. The first of which is this was alongside an order from on high, which is like, stop not using AI in your work. AI is now mandatory for your work.
Correct.
You have to use it.
So that story we covered 2 weeks ago, in which we discussed the mandated, you will be followed by a robot. Oh yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. He just posted a photo at me. The you will be followed by a little R2D2, and that will, don't worry about it. You must use the robot. You must use the AI and feed it exactly what your tasks are every day, and it'll be fine. Shut the fuck up. It's mandatory.
Top of that,
so shot, chaser, and then I guess what would this be? Your lime and salt lick?
well, the middle of the shot is also like the MMO that they canceled that was like 7 years in development, that Phil Spencer liked so much that every time he played it, other people would have to be like, dude, we have a meeting. He's like, oh man, what a great game.
Oh,
Just canceled that.
loved it that much, huh?
Yeah, just killed that.
That's sick.
7 years of dev on an MMO apparently was wrapping up, and they're like, nah, kill it.
Cool.
And the ZeniMax people are like, you have there was a story today where the quote is, you have stolen our future.
Yeah.
I was talking to people over at ZeniMax during the layoffs, like simultaneous to the layoffs, it was, I have been locked out of my Slack account. I don't know if I have a job. No one on my floor knows if they're fired.
Let me just back it up a second, because we read through these things and there's not oftentimes an underlining moment per se, but it will tell a story like, hey, 60 people got laid off here, 30 people got laid off there, 300 people got laid off over here at this big company. The number I said at this beginning of the story was 9,000.
That is what? 900 indie teams? 90 gigantic teams?
How?
It's
incomprehensible. You want to count how many projects that? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, no, but yeah, whatever. Money's got line go up. That's good. So
I have a feeling we're really building up to a really big line go down. Because if you don't sell anything, you can't make any money.
Well, listen. What matters most, right, is the advice that came from Matt Turnbull, the executive producer at Xbox Game Studio Publishing. This is a crucial time, right? It's very, very important to make sure that, when a big downturn like this occurs, you want everybody to land and feel comfortable. And the most human piece of advice you can give came, and I quote, "These are really challenging times, and if you're navigating a layoff or even quietly preparing for one, you're not alone, and you don't have to go it alone. I know these types of tools engender strong feelings in people, but I'd be remiss in not trying to offer the best advice I can under the circumstances. I've been experimenting with ways to use LLM AI tools like ChatGPT or Copilot to help reduce the emotional and cognitive load that comes with job loss. Here are some prompt ideas and use cases that might help you if you're feeling overwhelmed. Career planning prompts. Act as a career coach. Quote, I've been laid off from a role in the gaming industry. Help me build a 30-day plan to regroup, research new roles, and start applying without burning out. What kind of game industry jobs could I pivot to with experience in production, narrative, live ops, etc.? Resume and LinkedIn help. Here's my current resume. Help me give me 3 tailored versions, one for AAA, one for platform publishing roles, or for startup small studio leadership. Rewrite this in bullet points to highlight impact and metrics. Draft a new LinkedIn About Me section that focuses on my leadership style, shipped titles, and vision for game development. Networking and outreach, you write a warm message about reaching out to somebody at a studio about a job posting, or sending old coworkers a message to let them know I'm exploring new opportunities. And of course, emotional clarity and confidence. I'm struggling with imposter syndrome after being laid off. AI, can you help me reframe this experience in a way that reminds me what I'm good at?
Mm-hmm.
No AI tool is a replacement for your voice or your lived experience, but at a time when mental energy is scarce, these tools can help get you unstuck faster, calmer, and with more clarity. If this helps, feel free to share with others in your network. Stay kind, stay smart, and stay connected.
Okay, so we should just get the elephant out of the room right now. He did not write that. He told the robot to write that for him. Right?
I didn't even think about the part where the thing itself.
It's very clear.
I didn't even think about that part. I didn't even think about that part. It's
extraordinarily clear, because despite its terrible content, it's formulaic and goes down a list of bullet points.
Bold, using lots of dashes.
Okay, so let's just start there.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Second of all, it really goes to show how little that the C-suite cares about you, is that they're delegating. Even like, you used to delegate this to like your secretary, or your receptionist or something, right? And then you'd sign it. But let's keep going.
Sure. Yeah.
On top of that, it's so the C-suite is so disconnected from the realities of humanity that the idea of talking to your family, coworkers, or loved ones for emotional support
does not even apply.
Third option.
It never even occurs anywhere in the fucking terminal LinkedIn brain CEO.
Why don't I just talk to, I don't know, all of my also fired coworkers, and we can get together a labor solution? Oh, we know?
Terminal LinkedIn fucking brain doesn't even occur to speak to a human being at any part of this process. Never mind why the process is occurring to begin with.
Also, and this is slightly outside the video games wheelhouse and more into the social media landscape, like public health thing. But it is my opinion, as me, that anyone who is offering a AI chatbot to you, if you are in a tumultuous time in your life, if you're depressed, if you're suffering from any form of mental illness or medical issue, or just a general bad time, anyone who is offering that to you as a solution is doing you concrete physical harm, because these LLMs tend to just repeat whatever you like to hear or feed into them. And there have been like a dozen cases of people getting delusions of grandeur or exacerbating depressive episodes or schizophrenic tendencies and leading to people's deaths. And not just the people using the machine. I mean, other people's deaths as well, when the AI pushes them towards the Messiah complex that was hiding in there. Like, it is a legitimate public health danger, and anyone offering that to you is attempting to harm you.
I would call Matt Turnbull ghoulish, but that word implies that he used to be human at some point.
That's true.
So that would be a misnomer, if anything. This is the single most out of touch thing I have ever seen in my entire career.
Oh, I don't know. I bet I could pull one out in like a couple seconds, but it's a bit outside of our purview.
Yeah,
there's always more out of touch.
Okay. Well,
there's always more out of touch, man.
Well, hold on, because to be fair,
how much could a banana cost, Michael? $5?
Because like the only other place my brain goes is to the sexual criminal activity of farting bosses at Ubisoft. Like, I don't know what, strapping you to a chair and farting in your face is not like, that's all. We're at another level of just like, yeah, you're my slave, you're not my employee. I'm like, without getting into a judge banging a gavel in front of you, just the level of you're not a person here anymore. You don't know where you work.
Did you ever go to high school with anybody who was like wildly out of touch with the reality of everyone else in the world? Did you ever like run into like some white girl who would ask you where your family goes skiing during the summer?
I mean, no, but
because I run into
energy.
a couple and I'm just like, motherfucker, I got no money. What are you talking about?
No, I you know, when you hear the word summering for the first time.
we went to Lake Meacham in the US because my grandparents are out there. Like,
yeah. Well, first of all, like, they're not going to your high school. And if they are, then like something went wrong.
I'm talking about when we went to CSB.
Yes. True. That's when you come down from the mountain to fraternize with the lowborn.
Yeah. Oh, you guys have to take public transit? Oh, I just have my dad drive me from Westmount. It's like a 5-minute trip. What, in your BMW? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sick. That's awesome. Wow, that must be. Oh, getting up early must be tough for you, bitch. Fuck you.
I mean, not only do I remember those people, but more so, those people were over there. I remember the person who was trying to get in with those people.
Oh, that's so disgusting.
As badly as he could. So
oh, I hated them so much.
It was.
They're so gross, dude.
Yo, like my skin peeled. It just.
Oh, the fucking hangers on. I hate them. It
peels off of my. I start molting.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't really know what more you do here, you know, but literally,
everybody joined the union. That's the answer. That's the actual legitimate answer. Because ZeniMax is in a weird place where a lot of the people who've had their projects canceled and left with nothing can't be fired unilaterally because they're in the fucking union. So they're in this weird fuck ass limbo.
God, I want to see the prompt so bad. That's like, hey, I just fired nearly 10,000 people. What do I say to seem like a good person? And then the AI was like, oh, you should give them some tips about using AI to help them feel better. And then Mike
Turnbull was like, no, less compassion.
Dial it back.
And you accidentally put some compassion in there.
You know, cut out the part where it goes, sure, I can help you with that. You know, like just, wow, man. Wow. Like how many seconds total were spent before you pasted that? God. Yeah.
Oh, we were watching like the US video game industry just completely kill itself. Like it's crazy. I can't wait. Like, this is a Canadian podcast. It's not like super overt, right? But we both happen to live in Canada and have been for the whole time. So it's like I can't wait until we're like reading like a fucking Kotaku or like fucking Forbes article about the video game industry is crashing, and then in the footnote it goes, well, except for Europe and Canada and Japan and Brazil and China and Korea.
I mean, here's to 9,000 potential employees of small studios doing cool shit. Possibly. Who knows? I really, really hope that we start seeing, like, that's so many people, that's so many projects, that's so, like, it's incomprehensible. I really hope that we start seeing, like, shit picking up steam. Yeah, just the absolute out of touchness doesn't stop there, folks. It continues. Boosie, it's fucking crazy. Boos.
It's crazy, dude. Don't you get it?
Like, so check this out, right? If that dog wanted to join up and sign up to be part of the Xbox graphics department.
Yes.
Would you suggest that perhaps attracting people to said department should show off some artwork that people working in said department might generate themselves to perhaps?
Yes, I did.
It's interesting because there was an ad put out amongst all this, you know, Microsoft shit that's been going down, that it says Xbox Graphics is hiring. There's a new development lead that at its graphics department that's putting out a LinkedIn post for job opportunities, and the advertising for people to join the team is generated using AI, and it is a
And it's obviously generated using AI. Like there's a computer monitor with the fucking screen on the back of the fucking monitor. It's like it's dead ass.
the
Like fucked
person.
up.
There's an
It's
Xbox.
one of the worst examples because not only is it schlop, but it's schlop that the person who generated it couldn't even bother looking at it once. Not even once.
Negative fucks. Like, I'm sure there's a insert the brand logo to make sure that it is not breaking any brand platform guidelines. So that Xbox logo was inserted correctly. But
It was likely added afterwards.
But yes, this is a graphic of a girl in a green shirt staring at a monitor, and the back of the monitor has the actual text and screen on it. Join this. You know what? It's almost brilliant if you're kind of like, we don't know what we're doing.
We need help.
Please help us.
We need help.
Right? It's a cry for help more than anything.
I don't know. I feel
job security.
I feel like if you're in Microsoft right now, or if you're in a company that's like super pushing AI really, really, really hard, and you're like a technical person or an artist or something like that, you need to start thinking about getting out and finding something that is not doing this, because so AI is eventually going to crash once it becomes obvious that they're just chasing like a fucking investment pile of shit that doesn't actually do anything. We're already seeing in a bunch of industries having to hire back people that AI was supposed to replace. There's a great article I was reading 2 days ago about there's a new cottage industry of people who work on AI. So do you remember during COVID, there were a lot of places, particularly in the States, that cut nursing staff. They're like, we're going to save money. We don't need that many nurses. But then COVID happens, and turns out you do need those nurses. So you hire back the same people as travel nurses at 5 times the cost because it's emergency hours. Right. And there became this large industry of travel nurses that are like, I'm making way more money than I ever did as a nurse because I'm on permanent emergency call. Right. That is happening to AI now, where there is a cottage industry of people whose job it is to come in at like $200 an hour and fix your shitty press release that the AI sent out, or fix the logo treatment or the art that the AI shit out. And it's costing like 10 times more than it would to just have the guy do it. But regardless, when this thing eventually crashes, people that are in like Microsoft graphics department are going to have this fucking block of their fucking work history go, okay, did you do that? Or did the AI do it? Did you do the good parts, or did the AI do the good parts? Did you do the shitty parts? How hard did you fight AI implementation at your job? Show me your work. Oh, you can't because it's under lock and key due to a corporate NDA. So I'm just gonna have to it's a fucking mess.
Yeah, I think what we're kind of seeing is essentially the last couple of years have been, companies slowly flirting with the idea a little bit more and a little bit more, waiting for things to get a little bit better and so on. And of course, external pressure from investors to be like, hey, the trend, the hot word, it's going now. Why don't you hurry the fuck up, right? Get these people out of here. What are we doing? And I feel like, yeah, this is, a lot of these companies, again, for their own preservation, have flirted, but like this is Microsoft taking the full plunge, and going 1-to-1, all humans out, those who are here, feed the AI what your job is so that it can replace you, and then also just using it on the back end for this type of thing and for the message we just described and such. They're diving hardest and fastest into this, and they're also in the most trouble in this generation, so they're the most desperate. So like, are we just looking at the first flails of like them getting the fuck out of this entire corner of the industry?
I don't know. I don't think there's ever going to be another Xbox platform ever again. I think they're going to just add Game Pass support to different shit.
Pat, this is an Xbox.
Whatever. I don't. Fuck off. I don't even have energy for it.
I
Don't
don't
even have the energy for it. I think the inversion of power and the implementation of AI stuff is particularly nuts because I want to quote I'm pretty sure this was Chris Wolfhart talking about it, which is the goofiest thing about all of this is that the single position most likely to be effectively replaced by AI decision making is the C-suite, because the C-suite don't
Mm-hmm.
actually use any objective
Mm-hmm.
data in any of their decisions at all. It's all based off of vibes and personal philosophies that they've invented for themselves based off of nothing. So any objective criteria being added to these business decisions would be an improvement.
But the Sele Dominoes don't know that yet.
Like a fucking Google search with Boolean would probably have better fucking results at picking winners and losers in the games industry. Like, it's one of the weirdest things about people who follow games, like me and you being enthusiast content creators, and people listening to this or watching this being enthusiast members of the hobby, is like, I could pick a random person in this chat and ask them if a game was going to bomb or succeed, and I think they would have a better chance of getting it right than the head of Microsoft.
Yeah. No,
Like, it's
that's
fucking
not
weird. You're so disconnected.
that. I mean, that's just like it's Monday. Like I mean, yes, of course. That's not even. There's no question to that. It's because you're talking about people who also like leave this industry and jump into, like, I don't know, literally any business is just a concept. They can jump into fucking nail production. They can jump into post packaging. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm just a professional sit on top of the business and spout words at it person. So the idea that you're actually in touch with what you're making, or the people that are, like, pouring a lot of their energy and like fucking soul into what they're making is insane. That's not obviously you're looking for a bottom line profit maker, again, investors, etc. It's the same kind of conversation we've had forever, but
it is, like, to some degree, like, more specifically the US, because in the US you could be sued for not providing your shareholders adequate value, which is not a fucking thing.
Sure, but every single one of these C-suite members, like, the day after they join said suite, then has to go get their Xbox controller or Switch or PlayStation for the first time and be like, we're now a console family and look how we're excited we are to play a video game for the first time. In the same way that you're like, oh yeah, if I'm now in the C-suite at Tupperware, I've look at my whole family's using it now. Like, what are we talking about? These people have no investment in any of this shit long term. They're the most transient shit.
Well, I mean, a lot of them don't have investment in their own lives or families either, but that's a different thing altogether.
What they do have is fucking points on the back end is what they have, so anyway, again, I don't want to let the second part of that story be ignored, which is that the numbers have gone up.
To those of you who have been laid off, stay mad and organize.
Yeah.
Talk to each other about the nature of capital. It sucks. It sucks, though. That's the nature of capital.
Also make cool indies, and then make single and
so I saw some folks talking about that, and like, that is the obvious, like, well, I mean, the big company laid you off, why don't you go make a new company? And it's like, the problem is like, you need money.
You do
to make an indie.
This is, of course,
live on.
Every time. This is absolutely a real issue. Yes.
I think about
the people that are. It's just the people that are the money lender, so to speak, in these situations. The scale and the groups need to be much smaller, with people that are more in touch with the industry, that understand and care about what the fuck they're funding or making. Like, do you give a shit? Is a mandatory question behind where that money is coming from. That's
like, oh, it's gone.
Okay.
No. Is it?
Oh.
All right. Make a new indie game is tough because you need the money to live on. And it makes me think of the people who worked in Rhode Island for that fuckhead baseball man. Who the fuck was that?
Curtis Schilling.
Kurt Schilling, who got everyone to fucking roll double mortgages on fucking two properties. And then the company goes under and they're stuck in fucking Rhode Island with two mortgages. Like, those people are fucked over 38 Studio. Like, fucked.
And they made a sick combat juggle system that they burnt
Yeah.
on his shit in the Reckoning.
I think the best piece of advice I've seen from game devs talking about this recently is don't move to somewhere that you would need to sell your house
If things
to get
go,
a new opportunity. Like, don't
physical
sell your
relocation.
house or buy a house upon the move to your new place, because you're probably going to get laid off in 24 months to 36 months.
Start posting on French production forums for indie groups. Get together. Put your SoundCloud shit out there.
Get on SoundCloud.
I mean, shit. Yeah. And you know, in the meantime, while that's happening, hey, how about a simple wrap up on this one, the ongoing story that is stop killing games.
Okay, stop it.
Stop it. Don't do it.
Stop killing them.
Are you about to kill a game? You look like you're about to kill. Put the game down. Hey.
I don't think my criticisms are that strong of Death Stranding.
Video Games Europe lobby. I see you. You're about to kill a game. Stop it. Put it down. Unfortunately, that lobby consists of everybody. Last I checked. Everybody?
Everybody in Europe?
I think.
Probably.
No, I think we're talking everyone. Let me pull up the videogameseurope.eu. The lobby that's against Stop Killing Games includes Activision, Blizzard, Netflix, Microsoft, Sega, Roblox, Riot Games.
Oh, the whole gang.
Niantic, T2, WB, ZeniMax, all of it is Square Enix, etc.
If I remember correctly, this was born out of Ubisoft taking the crew offline for and disabling like people who owned it from playing it for no reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and so the story, it seems like it got like pretty complex, but overall, Accursed Farms is the YouTuber behind this campaign, and basically has been pushing for a EU and for a UK specific parliamentary recognition of essentially just making sure that when a game gets purchased by the consumer, if the security of feature on the game, if the game has a call home feature, that the developer should provide an easy way for them to keep playing if the call home feature or server gets switched off. So if there's any sort of thing where it has an offline mode and the game is going offline from live service, but you've bought it, the game being taken away from you after you've spent your fucking money on it. Pretty simple concept.
Yeah, one of the things about it was that the crew had a fully functional single player mode that didn't require online authentication at all. But Ubisoft was like, nah, you no more crew for anybody.
Mm-hmm. And so we've talked a bunch about, I think, over the years, these games where people get them back online through, whether it's a Halo or Titanfall, and they just get home servers going. Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, online mode. Yeah. Crazy shit. Because, that sucks if you've paid money for a thing and then they said, fuck you, and turned the servers off. So my understanding too, though, is that like some of the complication of getting this to be actually actionable is that in at least I think the UK proposition or so, after a certain number of signatures, it doesn't guarantee that action will be taken. It just means that people in Parliament will discuss it. They're forced to acknowledge. It's forced to be acknowledged and discussed openly, and in some cases they just kind of like kind of go like, we don't care about this or whatever. So that's unfortunately I think the downside of like the nature of just getting signatures doesn't necessarily mean and something
Yeah, and if
action
it's
will
going into the
happen.
UK Parliament, you can only hope that it gets in on a sober day.
Yeah. I think for the EU, it's a little bit different, and it seems like the latest news story there is that they got the vice president of the European Parliament to back the campaign. So the
Mhm.
the quote was, "A game once sold belongs to the customer." So cool. That's promising. Um, I again, this being turned from an idea into something actually actionable seems like a far way to go, but it would be cool if the thing that you paid your money for was not then taken away from you when the company said, fuck you.
I
Um,
think the strangest thing about this being a news story by far is that this seems like such an obvious, universally positive thing for literally everyone that you would have to be a crazy person to take any stance against this whatsoever. Like, who, if this went through and all that, like, who could it possibly harm at all?
so Video Games Europe, the lobby that has all the companies I mentioned, um, is one person, certainly.
Mhm.
There could be others. But for the lobby that large, their whole deal is basically, um we don't want you to uh we don't want you to have to force extra potential costs, legal liabilities, and further and take away developer choice in the process of how they want to take the thing that the customer paid for away from them.
Yeah,
The
I'm jorking it through my diaper at
Yes,
this.
well, you figured it out.
Yeah, I just pull it
the
out over the top.
Yes, no. Essentially, the Video Games Europe
Oh,
argument is that the creator of the game reserves the right to perpetually fuck over the purchaser of the game. And if you stop that from happening, then you will that restricts the developer's freedom
I don't give a shit. Fuck
to
off.
fuck over the
This is
player.
like the same kind of logic. It was like, "Man, it costs more to not dump it in the river. But it's faster. I don't give a shit.
It's right there. The river's right there. Yeah.
So,
Um
Wooly,
mhm.
there's something. So there's something in content creation that's so funny, which is there's always this attitude of like, well, I'm gonna be part of the game development sphere one day. So I desperately want to make sure that I don't talk too much shit about this person or that person and speak too loudly about this or talk about any mechanics that would hurt my future sales on my thing in the future. It's
It's a
it's
bit
been
too
one
late
of the
for that,
most
Pat.
infuriating things. We've run into like
This
dozens of
podcast,
people like this.
by doing this podcast here with me for the last
Oh,
10
doors are
fucking
closed.
it's a bit too late.
Oh yeah, they're oh man.
Listen, man.
My opinions are mine alone.
Look, the problem with the aforementioned diarrhea that I was just quoting is that okay, so Europe is a different place
That's
from
true.
North America,
Very true.
and being a different place means that they have different attitudes towards things. They are potentially more willing to go, hey, fuck you, when it comes to things like, the Fortnite dark patterns, for example.
Yeah.
We've also
Mhm.
seen Australia get on top of bullshit. We've seen literally China be like, hey, if you're going to do gacha, you've got to show the percentages because get the fuck out
Because
of
of the
here.
children.
Right? Yeah. So different places have different attitudes towards that.
Like you load up horse game and every single time you click on it, it goes, hey, if you're a minor, fucking
Stop.
chill, maybe.
The list of companies that I described that are part of the Video Games Europe Union is extensive, and there is like negative chance that America could even
Yeah, so
fathom, could
here's the
begin to
fun
think
part.
of a dream of a hope.
This is the fun part where the Europe is a large enough region with enough people in it that represents like a large enough market share for this kind of consumer action, is that decisions made over there would in some way, even if not directly, affect us and our American buddies down south and people in Japan. Because specifically for this, for Stop Killing Games, if you ascertain that the consumer has a legal right to a game if they've purchased it and it has to stop phoning home, then that means that that version of the game has to be provided to Europeans, and there's nothing stopping non-Europeans from having that version of the game also.
Yeah. The interesting trick here in a lot of these things is that if one significant enough market is forced to do something, then it becomes more cost effective to provide that everywhere on a single SKU than to divvy it up.
Yeah.
Right. And so the hope is that, like, if enough places are forcing this through, then places like America, it just becomes cost effective to not make a fuck over you for living their version of it. That's the hope.
One of the reasons
right?
we have Steam refunds is because Australia mandated refunds, and Australia isn't that large of a country in population. But what it did cause, my assumption, is that Steam was like, well, we're going to have to do a full refund program in Australia. It's going to look really fucking bad if we only offer that shit in Australia. We're going to look like the biggest motherfuckers in the world. And I assume that is part of the reason why that refund process rolled out to the rest of the world.
Yeah. I just know that when you look at this list of companies that are against the idea and you see literally the 30 biggest video game companies in the world all there, it's like,
I don't want to pay
well, the power behind that is
the shareholders.
Nothing to fucking shake a stick at. I mean, that is an uphill battle. But hey, yeah, no, it would be nice. It would be nice if you didn't put the game down. Don't kill it. Stop it.
Just stop it. What an easy thing to get behind. What a crazy easy way to get behind. You would have to jump through a million hoops.
Would it be batshit nuts to just to swerve on that and find a reason?
Oh my god, you'd have to be fucking bananas, just a total buffoon.
And yet, somehow, let's see how it goes. What else is going on over here? I think I don't know if you've seen it, probably not, but on the off chance that you haven't, I'm gonna just show you a picture. They have announced a new Kamen Rider Zets, and just look at it. I just want
All right, I will look at it.
Just look at it.
Yo, that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, I like it.
All right.
It's really good, dude. That's a really good Kamen Rider design.
That's it. I just want you to look at it. I just want you to look at it.
Oh, I love it.
Don't lose your dream.
That is such a good Kamen Rider design.
Yeah. That's it. They announced the new one, and I just want you to look at him.
Oh, that's super good. I love that. That's super slick, but also classic.
It's the classic colors, and it's the belt over. The belt is as a chest strap. The design is so sick, dude. And you know what else is fun is that this is going to be premiering September 2025 in Japan.
Well, that's soon.
And America, and Canada, and Hong Kong, and Korea, and Thailand, Taiwan, Vietnam, etc. It is going to be an international Kamen Rider premiere.
Bro, I'm gonna have my little baby watch Kamen Rider and learn that he kicks evil.
Get the fuck in. That's so cool. That's really cool. It's an international, finally, debut with the thing. They've been, of course, there's been the translation efforts before, but in terms of debuting a new series at the same time, they had right.
That's
this
great.
This is cool. Yeah. I just wanted you to look at that boy.
I think that's great.
God damn it.
I think that's just super.
In the meantime, Gav is hot. Beyond that, what else? There's a little bit of that. Remember, Inti Creates? They made Mega Man Zero, Mega Man Zero X Advent,
Yeah, they're all right.
and then they made Gunvolt.
All right.
They're making a new game. They announced it.
Okay.
It's called Majogami, and it looks pretty. It looks kind of cool. I see lots of paper platform slashing things happening.
It looks all right.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, okay, I did not like Gunvolt. I enjoyed the previous games they made. I have room in my heart for Inti Creates to do what they do once again. And let's see how this goes. But I like the style of what we're seeing here with a witch doing lots of cool, pretty casting, textures, and things flying all over the place. There's never been a problem with the feeling of an Inti Creates platformer. It has, my issues have always been strictly mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping for the best with this new game, Majogami, coming to Switch 2 and all the rest. And beyond that, did you see Ken?
I saw a screenshot of Ken. He looks dirty.
So Ken is coming to City of the Wolves, and his beard is too pronounced. That's my only thing. I think the rest of his scrungy, dirty ass Ken look is totally on point. They got him looking as he should, but the beard, it should be more faded and scraggled. It's too colored in and loud, you know? Yeah, sure enough, just like that ending as predicted in the SF6 Terry story, Terry Bogard walks up and picks Ken up off the ground, you know, just sitting in the dirt, putzing around. And Ken gives Terry a look that's basically like, she took the kids, Terry.
Yeah.
You know. We'll see how Ken works with no crouching medium kick. Think about that. Isn't that weird?
It's really fucking strange.
Yeah. They've done it in the other crossover things before a little bit, but he's got his Jinrai. He'll probably be fine. Cool. Shall we take a letter or two?
Before that, there was part of my week that I forgot to talk about.
Let's go.
Very shortly. But you might have noticed that I talked about streaming a lot this week, and Paige has also been streaming a lot more recently. She's I think she might be streaming later tonight as well as on Sunday. But part of that is because we have made the decision as a couple to quit Dungeons and Dragons in our current campaign.
Time has been reclaimed.
Time is back.
Okay. Okay.
The long and short of it, like the really, really simple, we really like the group that we're in, like now. And we like where it was going back and forth with some things. Both of us being in the campaign is the problem, because that means that there is a babysitter cost per D&D. And the babysitter cost over a month is like way too high for something that I get excited sometimes being canceled.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Because like it was one of those things where we talked about it on our respective channels, and we talked like, oh, we have a really good babysitter that we really like, and she's like $25 an hour. And people who don't have kids go, oh my God, that's crazy. And people who do have kids go, wow, that's really good, actually. Right?
Can the child learn to roll a D20?
No, man. You can't even give the child a D20.
Can the child...
The child will eat the D20.
Can the child learn to not copy your character sheet?
We're working on ABCs, dude.
Because I think you can get further than well, all right.
But yeah, the long and short of it is like sometimes I'd be like, sometimes D&D would get canceled by one of the other people because it was like, they got busy or they got work stuff. And me and Paige would go, oh, sick, one of us can stream, or let's go out to dinner instead. Like, it's just like, for the thing that is representing like the number one cost of babysitter dollars in our household, for it to being a thing that I usually enjoy pretty much, instead of being the most fun thing we do all month, it just didn't. It just doesn't fucking work.
But you have now like had a tabletop experience.
Oh, absolutely. And granted, huge proportions of that experience were wildly stereotypical. Like crazily, insanely stereotypical. And we had lots of adventures in learning social dynamics with D&D people. And the basic reality is that, like, I have some buddies of mine over Discord that do D&D campaigns, and I've put my hat in the ring for when they start a new campaign in 6 months to a year. But until that kid's going to school, me and Paige probably have to split. If we play D&D, we probably just can't be in the same fucking campaign because it just kills time.
Yeah, no, that's a very, very disappointingly reasonable reason.
Super.
As opposed to, the bit epilogue part 4,
The biggest thing for me, like, Paige is very bummed out about it because she was enjoying it, but she agrees with me that this is just probably for the best. My biggest bummer is that I was about to hit level 5 and I never got to cast Fireball on the party by accident.
By accident.
I never got to be like, how big is this room, and then go, fuck it, I don't care.
Well, yeah, no, it's tabletoping is a fun thing in the right context, and yeah, hopefully y'all can figure that out in a different way. And I mean, there's D&D, but then there's stuff that's not D&D. If you ever branched out into other things, you could always find some fun stuff. You could jump in a fucking robot. So I mean, there's all kinds of places you could go.
That's what's going on with that. So the schedule is freed up once again.
Let's take
a break because I think that dog is asking to go out.
Do it. Okay. Let's take some letters. Castle superbeastmail at gmail.com
That's where
is
you would send your letter.
Gabe says, hey Pat and Wooly, rewatching the Tekken 8 streams, realized just how many games have you fighting your own dad in a cinematic boss battle. Press F to fight your dad in the rain. What's your favorite dad fight? This is a spoilerific conversation potentially because some games are going to be like
I have one that's like relatively recent.
I got one.
Yeah.
Well, I got two actually.
Yeah.
Two
What
good
do you
ones.
got?
I think my two favorite are probably the owl from Sekiro.
Yeah. That's your dad. Yeah.
And fucking Hades.
Yeah. Hades. That's your dad. I have two. Fight your mom in Metal Gear Solid 3.
Not the same question, but that's a good answer too. That's the best.
And fight your dad in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
And fight your dad in Devil May Cry.
Yeah. I mean,
And
for sure.
Fight your dad? Question mark in Metroid.
It's the thing with the Devil May Cry. It's like, of course, it's the best fight your dad, but it's not the dad I want to fight.
We did that, and it was lame, which was kind of funny, actually. Right?
No, but you want the good version, you know?
I know.
Do it, but make it good.
I know.
Yeah. No, the owl was a really fun one, and I remember putting it through the like grind motions to be like, okay, I have to learn this startup to the startup of your animations. And in particular, the what was it? Yeah, he does the Mikiri counter to you. You know,
which is awesome. Death Stranding. One. For the record.
Yeah, thematically more than mechanically, but you know, it was cool. It's cool. All right. Let's take one over here from
Best movie about fighting your dad though is Hot Rod.
Okay, I can't do movies because now we're gonna we're gonna be here forever.
I just want to say, fighting your dad in Hot Rod is awesome.
What about Bam Margera? God damn it!
I hate Bam Margera so much.
I know.
I almost blew up a sponsored stream over how much I hated him.
Yeah.
I almost said, right. Fuck it, I don't even care, and went nuts. But I was like,
Jesus Christ, Bam. Getting crazy over here. All right, here's one. No name given. Hey, mom and dad.
I'm the mom.
What are some games or hobbies you feel like you've fallen out of love with? If you can't think of any, then give us a good kite story, or else chat will call you a poser. Love your son, K. Thanks. Bye. Wow.
Oh, that's really good.
Wow. Well,
my heart is broken when I think about FF14 and how I don't have any desire to play it at all.
Can I just say for the record, sorry that Punch Mom and I drove up to a open area on a windy day up north and flew that whale around.
Oh, that's cool.
And you know, it wasn't a perfect windy day, but we did the best we could with the situation. Got some fun photos out of it, and that's for me, not for the internet. Go fuck yourself. I have a private life.
Gave it to the internet. Wait, kite memories are private?
Some of them, you know.
Dude, okay. So literally yesterday at 5 p.m., I'm like, hey, little man, you need to nap. You have not napped. And he goes, no. And I go, no, we're going to go upstairs. We're going to go nap. And he goes, okay. And then he asks for specific books. So I read him the specific books, and I look at my perfect little guy, right? And he's like getting sleepy. And I'm like, man, I'm going to think back on this when I'm an old man. And I'm going to be like, this was like maybe one of the best moments of my life. And then he looks at me and he slapped my tummy and went for as long as he could. For as long as he could. For like a minute.
The sustained duration. Crucial.
Yeah.
Crucial to the bit. Oh man, too bad.
And now it's really locked in. Now that memory's forever.
That's great. That's great. The kids are gonna be all right.
Yeah.
In terms of hobbies I have fallen out of love with, see, there's hobbies that drop off, but not because I'm like turning against them per se.
Just time or
yeah, but there is one thing that I can say, like, it's unfortunately just been long enough and life has changed in such a way that it's not a thing. I feel this is gonna hurt some people. I know, like, if Mello
fighting games, isn't it?
No,
isn't it?
no, hey, no. The trick is to do it professionally so that you can never truly be divorced from the hobby.
Yeah, that's really,
nah, man. I feel like I'm gonna break some people's hearts, like Mello, if he hears this. But seeking out new music is just something I have not done in forever, and I have been relying on people I know to just send me their tastes, and I check and I fuck with the shit they send me. But for me myself, it's been so long that it would count as an answer to this question.
Yeah, no, so that makes perfect sense. There's a real time expenditure to seeking it out yourself. But also that happens to a lot of guys our age, Wooly. You turn on the oldies channel and you go, you know what, this is good enough. This has got all the things I like on it.
You just fucking
that's only a half joke also.
Yeah, you settle it.
Serious.
No, you settle into what you're comfortable with. You know, that's it. That's it. You know, I mean, shit. It's one thing when your loading screen music is restricted to be video game because it's YouTube safe. But then once that comes off and all of Spotify is at your leisure, and then I'm like, I don't know, Free Phoenix Wright Turnabout.
Hey man, you know what? I can listen to.
Let's get some
33 soundtrack on Spotify for like 5 hours.
And then you know what? And then right after that, let's just hit up Nujabes and loop right back around to Ace Combat. You know?
That reminds me, piece of news that we didn't cover. Did you see the Ghost of Yote fucking 20-minute presentation?
Oh, I thought that was happening later. Did it already happen?
No, that happened. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there's a bunch of shit in there. Whatever, I'm going to skip past all of it. There's one thing specific to you for there. Kurosawa mode will now be, I think, higher contrast and more wind. So it looks more like Kurosawa.
Actually, black and white.
They're also adding Miike mode, which is closer camera and more blood and mud.
Takashi.
And they are adding Watanabe mode, where the soundtrack will be replaced with a lo-fi samurai and chill soundtrack.
Oh, and it's called that specifically?
It is called Watanabe mode.
Oh
yes.
my god. Okay. Kurosawa, Miike, and Watanabe is a pretty fucking hard filter. That's hot.
Like,
that's
I might turn on the Watanabe mode. Like,
sick.
I might actually do that.
That's kind of incredible. We're going, okay, so one arc, we Shampoo. Another arc, we Seven Samurai. Yeah, okay. Ooh. That's... Do I even want to play the base game?
I hate these types of things. Like, who the fuck's gonna go through Resident Evil 5 with the fucking yellow filter or green or whatever? And then I look at this and I go, I think I liked Watanabe's music better than the Ghost of Tsushima.
The original score.
I think that might just be a direct upgrade for me.
This is a strange proposition in which you're providing content that is for bonus playthrough that I might just make my default. That's incredible.
And then you can play the bonus playthrough with the original score and be like, "Oh, this is classy."
That was cool.
know?
That was cool. Yeah, it was all right. Nice. Okay. Yeah, there was where that what was it? It was a half an hour presentation with some other stuff. Okay, shit. I gotta check that out. I thought
They
that.
showed a lot of shit in that. A lot. Like when you do the samurai confrontation,
Oh
like the
yeah.
dog will also join up with it. So you're doing like multiple opponents at once, and the dog is also doing like the samurai draw, but with dog mouth.
Oh man, Tsushima was fun. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. That's hot. All right, I gotta go watch that then. We, man, yeah, we'll be back next week. Sorry, no, okay.
Oh, did we run out of good emails?
Uh,
One.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's on you, Max.
Okay.
Says, hey Pat and Wooly.
What's up?
Just finished Expedition 33 the other day, and I had a blast with it, but I encountered balance issues that seem to haunt a similar number of RPGs. The difficulty drop that comes when fighting the final boss versus the super boss.
Absolutely, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like the worst. It's like that game's a single glaring flaw is that the difficulty just starts to fly to pieces at about the 70% mark. In both directions.
I later learned of a few things I could have done to solve that for E33 specifically, but my question is more of a general problem for other RPGs that have this problem. I feel like most people put the game down after reaching credits, so they'd want to do everything first before. One game I can think of that massively has this issue is SMT5. One of the endings is locked behind beating a super boss before you even get to the last zone. I mean, that just sounds like that's SMT. Like, there's gonna. The question for you guys is, what are some of the possible solutions a studio could do to prevent the ending fight from feeling lackluster or a cakewalk compared to something earlier? Make 2 instances of the final boss with different stats. Have a limit to your damage output. Much love to both of your families. From Max. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to hear your thoughts on this because I have been thinking about this a lot, and I have a definitive series of thoughts ready to go.
I mean, I think about how obviously Expedition 33 was an insane experience with scaling, and they had to patch the game to allow you to handle it, and capping you.
And even that's like, that is a genuine bad problem. We shouldn't have to be modifying the difficulty on the fucking fly.
Yeah, self-capping at 9999 or each digit up from that is a solution, but it's not the most elegant one.
As much as I love Expedition 33 and its gameplay, I think that they could have solved a lot of their gameplay issues and scaling problems if the multiplications on those stats were additive instead of multiplicative.
Just calm it down a little bit.
I think the game would be a lot more fun gameplay wise if the strongest your attack could go is like 250% above your base attack
instead of Balatro.
Instead of a trillion.
Yeah. Or make a thing so that it's like you can do that multiplicative addition on spending 3 points to whatever, build up a super turn or something. But I get what you mean by that. Expedition 33 is such an odd specific duck though, with all its weird picto systems that let you overjuice your offense and have 0 defense, which other RPGs are not going to necessarily support. The thing is when I think about other games with the super boss thing, my reference point is limited to the games I've played, but when I think about like Metaphor, for example, I had no problem with that because while I was really, really strong by the end of that game, by beating the super boss, you're ready to just, cakewalk all the way through to the finale.
It's crazy.
I kind of am like, I like the idea that the super boss is good optional lore that adds to the story, but that remains optional. It shouldn't ever feel like completely mandatory, but it should supplement the story in a good way. I kind of I don't know. I think like the maybe you can implement something kind of how the sort of Souls game version of like you're going to another place that has a specific scaling system for it. in a way.
Right.
Like if you made that fight have something unique about how your power level were scaled that didn't apply to the rest of the game,
So
that could
I'm playing through
potentially solve it.
the Horizon DLC right now, and do you remember when I played Horizon? I beat Horizon. I said my biggest complaint is that fights become solved. Like every enemy
Yeah.
has like so
Sequence
you
that
get
you
you
repeat.
get to the DLC and you encounter what's called a scorched version of most enemies, and the first thing they do is massively jack up all their elemental resistances.
Okay.
And so fighting them is actually much more difficult. But also enemies that are scorched are almost always placed around these towers, and the towers do two things. They pulse out massive bursts of energy that heal all the enemies. So you have to not just beat them, but beat them fast. And the best armor set in the game for Horizon is the only game that has like a halo shield, like a energy shield on it.
Hmm.
And when the pulse hits you, it turns it off.
Okay.
It fucks up the technology in the suit and turns off. And it does a really good job of like balancing that out by like having a in-universe reason to turn off one of your strongest abilities, but not one that's like player controlled, just defensive,
Hmm.
and also juicing the stats of the other things. For Expedition 33, I think you could fix that game like this by having a certain Picto be split into two.
Sure.
The Picto that unlocks the damage cap
Yep.
should have actually been part 1 and part 2,
Hmm.
and it should have been unlocks the damage cap from 10,000
10K,
to 100,000,
100K. Yeah, and 100K to a
or
million.
10, and then when you beat the final boss, you should get the second part of it, which is fully unlocks the damage cap.
Yep.
And I think that the best game to ever do it is Star Ocean 2. Star Ocean 2 has the final dungeon, and then it has the super dungeon. If you unlock and take a step into the super dungeon, the final dungeon reorients itself to the assumption that you beat the super dungeon.
Ooh, that's elegant. That's real nice.
If the
That's
final
work.
boss is built for you hitting like level 90, unless you walk into the super dungeon. And if you walk into the super dungeon, the final boss reorients for you being at level 200.
Go fuck yourself. You did it. Yeah. Okay. I like that. That takes work, but that's a real nice way to do that.
There's a problem though. If you're Pat and you go to the super dungeon at 10 years old and go, wow, this looks really hard.
I'm leaving.
And then you save over your file and then get on a boss and realize it's like 10 times stronger than you and you have no chance. And you start the whole game over.
Well, or you go back to the super dungeon and then you just run around the first floor of it and then leave when you're, strong enough. But yeah, that's
true. Yeah, that feature was hidden. That was a hidden feature.
Interesting. There's also stuff where it kind of challenges that turn the fight into like a puzzle as well as the boss fight. So the second dragon in Metaphor is like it has the whole bit where like your HP drops to like 1 and you have to basically like fight around a low HP build, and it becomes a more tactical fight than a just how much can I hit and how much can I heal, fights like that kind of like are sort of like, I don't care what your level is, you have to solve this unique problem, could also be interesting. But they also like you can trivialize it once you learn it once and make it too much of a puzzle, so it's hard to balance that together. I like that one you mentioned though.
Like right now, right this second, there is a essentially play order I could recommend for Expedition 33 that would be, in my amateur opinion, a fix to the game's scaling problems, which is you get the damage uncap at the end of Act 2, and then the game mandates that you go to the Reacher and the Flying Manor as part of the main story, and then sends you to the final boss area. I think the Reacher and the Flying Manor being optional is crazy in that game.
Yeah,
I think that is like maybe the most important like story content that has been optional in a game I have ever played.
Those are huge story beats that I think, because I think the feeling of just kind of like, because it's essentially that act of when do you want to wrap this up? It's up to you, right? Scrape if you like scraping, but when you feel like you're done, ready and done, which a lot of people in some cases, don't forget the persona problem, right? Don't forget the feeling of this is where we say farewell, but we've got 5 more months to hang out, you know?
Yeah.
So letting somebody be like, I'm ready to walk through that door, being up to you, I respect that choice for sure. But yeah, those two you mentioned, it's not even what comes to mind when I think optional. I'm specifically thinking of Simon, right? I'm thinking of like that.
If you beat Simon, the fucking final boss of Expedition 33 should fucking gain 1,000 times their stats automatically.
just not even the dungeon, just the fight. Yeah, just give it.
Yeah, because it would be fine if it was just the fight.
You did this. Well, here you go.
You can do that now. You can do that. With the manual settings, but they should put out a fucking difficulty mode. Don't call it. Okay, there's 3 difficulties modes, right? Right now there's casual, expeditioner, and expert, right? They should put out a 4th difficulty mode that introduces these changes and tweaks the level scaling to be harder, and the difficulty mode should be called Expedition 60.
With some new costumes, perhaps?
Sure, add some new costume. No, you can't do that. But
that's the joke. All right, that'll do.
You could do a bunch of them. There's the fucking one of the other expeditions that doesn't have pictos, so it's just make a version that limits you to 3 pictos. No Lumina converter. Play it on expeditioner difficulty, but no Lumina converter.
Okay, there's one I have, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, I don't want to get into the details, but yeah. There's a really potentially awesome Game of the Year edition version of that game. You know,
so they have talked about it. They are working on updates and more content. There's no plans for new content.
Okay.
No plans at all.
Okay.
It is all upgrades
and fixing what's there.
Features, balance, etc.
The one game that's actually allowed to make a Game of the Decade edition.
Yeah.
You're allowed. If you want to do an expedition, we will allow it.
I would expect that the very next patch they put out will have loadouts that you can save. Which will take that game from a low 10 to a high 10. Because, oh my God, dude.
10.1 to 10.9.
I curse those menus. I curse them.
Loadouts, and I mean, well, anyway, the favorite with a loadout comes a favorite overhaul as well, you know, with that whole thing. Alrighty.
Don't even need, dude, give me 3 loadouts. Give me 3. Like, that's it. Give me 3 fucking loadouts per character. I'm done. I know that's all I need.
I also, it would be like the upgrade system. It's very minor, but like minor upgrade things for weapons. At a certain point, they're just junk. You know?
Oh yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, I guess you kind of run into that issue in a lot. It would be nice to like convert 30 junk things into one big stone or some such. You know, it's time. It's all just time spent, you know.
There's only so many slabs in that game too. There's plenty, but there's only so many.
That's the thing, is if you liked this weapon and then you got that one a little later and you didn't know that one was coming, then you're like, you committed, and you know, you put a ring on that weapon, so now you better fucking stick to that build. If you don't want to, unless you're okay with sitting at your weapon level at 32 the whole game.
I did. That's what I did.
You just settled for it, but it feels you know.
You know when I put my 33rd upgrade into those weapons, the feet in front of Simon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just like, listen. Okay, I've made my decision. I just need more juice.
That is the place to do it. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.